fired multiple shots in the cafeteria of the school.
Metro Nashville Police spokesperson Don Aaron says 3 people were injured, including a female student who later died. Police say the shooter killed himself and was already down when school resource officers arrived in the cafeteria. There's no word yet on a possible motive. Again, police in Nashville confirm 1 female student killed, 2 others injured by a 17-year-old shooter who killed himself at Antioch High School. Top Republicans are considering congressional action over some of the former president's pardons.
House Speaker Mike Johnson tells Fox News Radio House Republicans will be looking at the numerous pardons from former President Biden. Democrat caucus chair and member of the subcommittee that investigated President Trump's alleged involvement in the events of January 6, Pete Aguilar, says he didn't advocate for a pardon and didn't feel it was necessary, but
a simple piece of paper does not protect anybody from Donald Trump and his administration.
Missouri Republican Eric Burleson says he's looking into legislation that would strip those pardoned of their federal pensions.
Fox's Ryan Schmel is on the Hill. Democrats are slamming President Trump's decision to grant clemency to Capitol riot defendants. President Trump says getting back to the White House was a lot of work.
With all that being said, I think it's bigger. It's bigger than if it were more traditional.
Only the second time in history somebody didn't have consecutive terms.
Yeah.
That Oval Office interview with Fox's Sean Hannity airs at 9 Eastern tonight. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Still cold. 20 degrees and cloudy downtown. Your radar is clear with some snow chances tomorrow. Low of 17 tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 3:02. Temperatures are well below average. Earlier today, you had sub-zero wind chills. Matt Eckhoff with the National Weather Service.
Coldest temperatures can be found across the eastern and northeastern part of the state. I've seen readings as down low as -8 over there, closer to the Ohio border.
Eckhoff says temperatures could return to closer to normal status next week. At least for January anyways. 30s and 40s is where they could rise to. Nearly 40 female students at Bishop Luers High School have had inappropriate photos or videos of themselves sold by male students in the last couple of years. Greg Laker is an attorney who was suing both the school and several other defendants.
Probably half of them aren't even aware that they were the subject of videos that were being distributed and sold by students at Bishop Luers.
Among the accusations levied by his firm are gross negligence, civil liability, and fraudulent concealment. A bill that would ban all abortion, including drugs, in Indiana is being reviewed at the State House. John Hayrick reports.
If this bill were to become law, it would make it a crime to possess or prescribe an abortion-inducing drug. This starts out as a misdemeanor, but it elevates to a felony if there's a prior conviction of the same crime. If a woman seeks an abortion under the rape or incest exceptions to Indiana's abortion ban, she has to provide a signed affidavit to a doctor. The bill says if the woman lies in that affidavit, she can be prosecuted for perjury. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Governor Mike Braun wants Medicaid providers to stop advertising their products, but a lot of local TV and radio stations rely on those advertising dollars. Dave Arland with the Indiana Broadcasters Association tells Wish TV the directive punishes small businesses.
We feel singled out, frankly, and we don't think it's appropriate to just cut off television and radio advertising.
He says it's inappropriate for a government entity to direct a business to stop advertising a legal service. Arland adds First Amendment implications could also be at play. Traffic and weather in 60 seconds. It's 3:04.
Hi, this is Denny Smith for Exercise Inc. A lot of folks give up on their bodies in their 40s or 50s. Statistically, we gain 1.5 pounds every year past 50, and it's usually a tough slog to fight that. 19 years ago, I took a friend's recommendation, and I went to Exercise Inc. for one of their free consultations. Me? I didn't want to get heavy. I wanted to stay trim and in shape, and that was really a struggle. 19 years ago I went, and 19 years later I'm still going every week. They've helped me to reach and maintain my health and fitness goals, and they do that with specific strength training in only 20 minutes a week. You've just got to try this health and exercise approach, and the consultation is free. My guess is that, like me, you'll be skeptical for the first couple of weeks, and then it happens. You'll feel better. You'll probably lose some weight, and you'll probably look better, too. Go to Exercise Inc. today and sign up for a free consultation. Avon, Brownsburg, Zionsville, and Greenwood, now in Fishers, too. ExerciseInc.com.
The traffic on the 5s at 3:05. Here's Matt Baird.
Interstates look fantastic. Harrison eastbound 70 starting to get some company around West Street. Crash on the west side. It's Executive Drive at Raymond. And a crash on the east side, Washington Street at Ritter. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage for a limited time. Go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Moving into Wednesday, it looks like we'll continue to be cloudy in the evening hours and continue to be cold, but not dangerously so. Low temperatures only at 18 degrees on Thursday mornings with winds out of the southwest. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Renner Sutis for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the Level on the Go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it.
My name is Nigel. Jason, right over there. Freezing, ladies and gentlemen. You don't need me to tell you that, but I do dig the cold hammer because I'm very selfish. The past 2 days have been half days at the kids' school because of the temperature. That means I get to sleep in an extra hour.
Oh, well, there you go.
So it's all about me.
This is the type of weather, and I'm not trying to be gross or whatever. It's the truth. You walk outside to go to the mailbox. You walk outside to go take the trash out.
Yeah?
All the boogers in your nose freeze up.
Oh, yeah, this is booger freezing weather for sure.
Total booger freezing weather here. It's the worst.
But puckering weather.
It is. I think my favorite thing that I've seen, because even Florida is getting snow right now. There was a clearly doctored map of the state of Florida where you could see some shrinkage on the tip of Florida because it's so cold that it's not as long as it normally is.
Man, I'm telling you, when I was down there last weekend in Clearwater, there were people walking along on the beach in winter coats. And that was when it was 60 degrees out.
Right. They don't handle cool well, let alone cold.
No, not at all.
So it is it's a big frozen pile of crap outside.
Yeah, and I do realize it's a hassle for most parents when the kids in the school gets the half day. I understand that completely. Don't write me mean emails, but this is half my show, and I'm just telling you how I like it.
Oh, okay. Well, there it is.
That's what I like, the half days.
Yeah, I have two kids that drive now.
See?
So
man, look at you.
As long as I'm, doing my thing, hey, wake up when you have to go to school, drive yourself there. If you don't do it, I'll yell at you later. I'll talk to you later. Love you, bye. That's how it is now at the Hammer House. Tara Hastings, meteorologist for Wish TV, will join us coming up a little bit after 4 o'clock. See if there's any sort of long-term relief in sight. I know tomorrow it's going to be like a little warmer, and then Friday a little bit. Like it's going to get to 30, and we're going to feel like we're living, in Cabo because of this nonsense outside.
I'm looking at a high of 27 tomorrow. So don't believe the school's going to get a half day, unfortunately. But whatevs.
Indiana Governor Mike Braun has signed 9 new executive orders.
9 times.
9 times. Centered around the healthcare system. Some of the ones of note here, and I'm not going to go through every one, but the ones that I found of note here, one of them directs state agencies to prioritize surprise billing, pharmacy benefit managers, and high drug prices to make healthcare more affordable for Hoosiers.
Let's do it. I'm all in.
The old surprise billing is a kick to the crotch, whether that's with healthcare or tickets or a hotel room. Like you book a room on the Las Vegas Strip, you think, all right, it's a Wednesday. I'm at the Flamingo. It's only $35. You get the bill, it's over $100. Oh yeah, there's a little fee for this, a fee for that. They don't tell you that.
I swear to God, it's hit or miss with the health care and the insurance and the billing. Like we've taken our kids several times to the clinic there in Carmel Riverview, whether it be strep throat or a fever, several times over the past year, let's say, right? And we finally got the bill for, it was like 4 figures, like $1,000 some odd, but it was like like we didn't get the bill one by one. They just, after 6 months, they just sent us the whole thing.
Death by 100 paper cuts.
Right, exactly. Now, I was in the doctor's office getting something checked. I don't even think I told you guys this a couple of months ago.
Anal wart?
No, it was for something. I thought it was something. It was something completely different, but I got a total workup of my ticker and everything was fine and blah, 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 blah. And I got a bill for $90. And I'm thinking the entire time, holy crap, this is going to cost $90,000, all these tests and stuff they're doing. But I don't know. I'm lucky, I guess. But I could, what I'm saying is I could get another bill here in a few months from Methodist for $8,000.
Right. The $90 one was just the appetizer.
Yeah, that's right. So hopefully maybe some of these executive orders that Governor Braun signed are dealing with stuff like that.
Some of the other ones here, it directs state agencies to enhance price transparency across healthcare services. This empowers Hoosiers with clear upfront pricing. Again, kind of goes along with the surprise billing thing.
Yeah.
It directs the Department of Insurance to take steps necessary to allow health insurers to offer split risk pools for insurance. Long story short, this provides Hoosiers with a more tailored, cost-effective insurance plan. And there's also one that kind of protects pro-life laws. The Indiana Department of Health has to comply with the state's pro-life laws, including reporting on terminated pregnancies to make sure certain state laws are followed and enforced.
Look at Braun signing executive orders like he's Donald Trump or something.
Does he have a Diet Coke button on his desk over at the governor's mansion?
No, if you remember, I believe Governor Braun drinks Sun King. He brought us Sun King one time.
That's right.
When he was still a senator. So maybe he has a Sun King button. Brings him a cream ale every once in a while.
Speaking of President Trump, you brought him up, Mr. Executive Order right now. He talked about the contents of that letter that Joe Biden left him in the desk drawer. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, it's like a tradition from one president to another.
Right.
Right? They leave him a little handwritten note in the desk, the Oval Office.
Normally, the presidents keep it to themselves. They don't talk about it. But Donald Trump shared the contents of the letter. This is exclusively from Fox News. They got a copy here. I think it was Peter Ducey. Quote, "Dear President Trump." Now, this is supposed to be written from Joe Biden. It wasn't written in crayon, so I have questions about that, but take it for what it is.
And this was, we saw Donald Trump take this out of the drawer of the Resolute desk, right?
Ducey reminded him about it.
That's right.
I think allowing Ducey to see it was like the payback of, thanks for reminding me. Here, go ahead and report on it. Quote, "Dear President Trump, as I take leave of this sacred office, I wish you and your family all the best in your next 4 years. The American people and people around the world look to this house for steadiness in the inevitable storms of history, and my prayer is that in the coming years, you will be a time of prosperity, peace, and grace for our nation. May God bless you and guide you as he has blessed and guided our beloved country since our founding. Sincerely, Joe Biden."
Yeah, Joe Biden didn't write that.
No, not a chance. Again, the words were spelled right. I didn't see velvet in there, and it wasn't written in crayon.
What if it was Hunter? What if it was Hunter and he just had AI write it? He got on Grok. He got on Elon Musk's Grok.
Right.
And just said, hey, write what it would sound like from one president to another.
And you think we're joking about the button for Diet Coke at the White House? It's back.
Oh, no, it's back.
It's officially back. There are some changes at the White House.
I love it.
Trump brought back military flags for each brand of service. For some reason, they were not up at the White House. They're back now. He added portraits of Andrew Jackson, George Washington, Alexander Hamilton, and his family. Of course, his family, the portraits all around. And, of course, the red button for ordering a Diet Coke directly to the Oval Office.
Incredible. I want to buy. I want to press that button so bad. My life's goal in the next 4 years is to somehow get in the Oval Office and press that red button.
Governor Laskowski has a Miller Lite button. It's a blue button, and anytime he wants a Miller Lite, some lackey will bring it to him. All right, Matt Bear, you are in the WIBC Traffic Center. It's cold as balls outside. Is that affecting anybody's commutes?
Right now, Hammer, we do have a crash coming southbound 69 on the exit ramp to southbound 465. That ramp is open. It is partially blocked, and we do see a slowdown if you're heading southbound 69 in those exit lanes after 96th Street to 465. So a little bit of a delay if you're exiting to 465 from southbound 69. Still on the northeast side, it's a stall southbound 465 after East 71st Street. That's the left lane closed. No delay yet. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping and code radio. And get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Again, Tara Hastings, meteorologist for Wish TV, will join us a little bit after 4 today with the long-range forecast. See if we can get out of this little rut that we're in with the weather. Coming up in about 15 minutes from now, one of our favorites. Oh, she's a flamethrower. Gunnery Sergeant Jessie Jane Duff. We've got to talk about some military stuff with the Gunnery Sergeant. That's on the way. But up next, we've got a round of Damn Nature, You Scary. We are just getting started. It's 22 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. This is the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Water or well water, get better water with C&J. You just can't find anybody better than the pros at C&J. Great systems and great people, too. Just call them, 317-733-SOFT.
Hi, I'm Ken Mears, founder of Great Healthworks, the maker of Omega XL. Folks, if you're searching for an answer to your daily aches, pains, and soreness, then try Omega XL. It's a natural product sourced from a green lip mussel. This oil extract is one of the most powerful, natural joint relief super oils in the world. This one-of-a-kind extract is not found in any other product, and it's backed by over 40 years of clinical research, showing that Omega XL provides relief from joint pain due to inflammation. Stop living in pain. Inflammation is controllable, it's manageable, and it's fixable. Importantly, Omega XL is small, easy to swallow, with no fishy aftertaste. And it works. We've put over 20 years into this quality brand, ensuring that Omega XL makes a difference in your life. Try it, and you won't be disappointed.
Call now for Omega XL's BOGO special, 800-607-2604. That's less than $20 a bottle. Remember, there's a 60-day money-back guarantee. Terms apply. 800-607-2604. 800-607-2604. Or OmegaXL.com/news.
There she is, founder and CEO. High five.
Dave can't stop celebrating with every business owner in town.
All right, Baker Man. High five.
He's sharing the excitement of big savings with the Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee.
Ooh, up top, bike shop. Yeah.
It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
Quick, high five.
5 years of advanced security.
5 years.
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Yeah, law partners. Chamberlain, Messelthorpe, Dubois.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. Switch today and get the 5-year price lock guarantee.
5 years.
It's back, but only for a limited time.
Woo!
Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
Can't forget you, voiceover guy.
Ah, thanks, Dave.
High five.
Ends 3/9/25. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Howard Bailey Financial is now in Carmel on Rangeline Road. For over 20 years, we've helped people navigate their retirement journeys, and now we're bringing our experience closer to home. Visit retirecarmel.com to schedule your appointment or text Carmel to 888-262-1104 to download a free retirement resource. Together, let's build the retirement you deserve. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Hammer and Nigel here. It's a new year. Time to keep that promise of getting your testosterone levels checked. Lacking energy, muscle mass, or have low libido? Could be low T. Testosterone therapy, or TRT, may be the answer. Nobody matches the experts at Low T Center. And don't settle for a standard dosage TRT plan.
For current patients, Low T Center offers $150 referral credits when you refer a new patient. LowTCenter.com to book that appointment right now. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
It's a new year. It's time to get your home Zero-Resified. Call Zero-Res and take 24% off all services for this month. Book online anytime at ZeroResIndy.com.
The Hammer and Nigel Show.
Do you suppose we'll meet any wild animals?
Hey, baby, let's go out there like a bunch of crazy dogs. Have some fun.
The dingo ate your baby.
And now Hammer and Nigel proudly present.
Nature, you scary.
Lions.
And tigers. And bears.
Oh, my.
Yeah, this one sucks. In Alabama, Hammer, a Starbucks employee required stitches and many vaccinations last week after a customer's pet monkey leapt in the drive-through window, ran up her arm and her head, and began biting her. Understand what's going on here.
There's a lot going on there.
This Starbucks employee takes an order through the drive-thru. Lady pulls up, rolls down her window. A monkey jumps out and starts biting and attacking the Starbucks employee.
Yeah, that's not normal, and that's not okay. Like, if you're going to have a pet monkey, first of all, why? But second of all, please make sure it's either in a leash, in a car seat. I don't know. How do you transport a monkey so it doesn't jump through the window and maul people?
And you've been through something similar. I don't think you have actually been attacked by a monkey, but you worked in the casino story, right? There was
Correct.
a service. It was a pet service monkey or something like that.
Right. There was a older lady that came in and sat down next to the old one-armed bandit, right? And she's playing slots. She's got a pet monkey, and the monkey is on like a little leash, just one of those little bitty things, right? Well, I don't know what happens. The monkey gets loose somehow, and it's running amok through the casino. It's jumping on top of slot machine to slot machine.
Yes.
And bless his heart, there was a dude there from out of town. He was from Boston.
Yeah.
I was on the floor as the marketing guy. He comes up to me. You guys normally have monkeys in here? Like, he was dead serious. Like, this was some sort of Indiana thing. Like, the theme of the casino was where we have monkeys just running amok.
And the answer was?
No.
No, we don't have monkeys. So, look, here's the thing. The woman with the monkey wasn't very respectful. She came back to check on the employee the next day, didn't leave her information. The health department tracked this person down but didn't cooperate. And on her social media, the woman with the monkey said, "I'm not willing to put my primate at any more risk, so no thank you." Like,
what risk was the primate at?
Right.
It jumped through the window and attacked the Starbucks employee.
As far as I know, rabies shots hurt like hell, and you have to get several of them. Now,
if you get bit by a monkey, do you have to get a rabies shot?
I'm not taking any chances. Yeah, you get bit by a wild animal.
You're getting a preemptive rabies shot, like a pardon for the Biden family, a preemptive one.
Yeah, we have a tribute. Would you like to hear? Hammer and Nigel Records were in sort of a George Michael kind of mood when we wrote the tribute to this incident.
Hi, may I take your order?
Watch out, somebody's pet. Escape from the corner, there's a monkey on my head. Why did you do it? Why did you set your monkey free through the drive-through window? Your monkey bit the hell out of me. Why did you do it? Did you want to share your latte with
glad everybody's okay. Including the monkey.
Exactly.
Damn nature, you scary.
This is a hot take from me. There are some morons in high positions of power in this country.
You don't say.
At the federal level sometimes, state level, and even at the city level. This takes us to Philadelphia. This is the mayor, okay? The chief executive officer of the city, the mayor of Philadelphia, and she's trying to fire up fans for the NFC Championship game coming up this weekend.
Sure.
Because the Eagles play the Redskins, the Commanders, the artist formerly known as the Redskins.
Yeah.
Listen to how the Philly mayor spells the word Eagles, because they like to do a chant. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles. It's like a thing. And it's not really a complicated word to spell. Ladies and gentlemen, the mayor of Philadelphia.
E-L-G-S-E-S, Eagles! Let's go, Birds!
Boy, she really jumbled that one, didn't she? It's not like she just forgot a letter. I think she did, but she like switched letters. What, can we do that again? Just
now, I want you to listen to this.
Okay.
She spells Elgsis. E-L-G-S-E-S.
Okay.
E-L-G-S-E-S, Eagles! Let's go, Birds!
Even Fetterman's like, what's wrong with you?
Eagles!
Which brings us to great moments in misspelling history.
Okay.
Right after, man, Aretha Franklin passed away. Like just a legend in, Motown and R&B.
Yes.
MSNBC's Al Sharpton tried to be cute, reciting lyrics to her biggest hit, Respect, but there was a problem.
So in the words of my late friend Aretha Franklin, show some R-E-S-P-I-C-T.
Did I catch a P-I-C-T in there?
Respect.
I mean, it's literally the lyrics of the song. Aretha sings it out. R-E-S-P-C-T, not I-C-T. Here, take a listen.
So in the words of my late friend Aretha Franklin, show some R-E-S-P-I-C-T. R-E-S-P-I-C-T. R-E-S-P-I-C-T.
E.
R-E-S-P-I-C-T.
Great moments in misspelling history. The Gunnery Sergeant, Jessie Jane Duff. She brings the heat. She's next.
That energy wasted. Experts saying that costs are going up this year, by the way, up to 23% when we're talking about heating costs. That's why you need this incredible deal from Window Nation.
Hold on. We got breaking news from Window Nation. Now, through the end of January, 60% off of all style of windows. And that's on top of you not paying anything, nothing, no interest for 2 years. Not 50% off. Now through the end of January, 60% off. Call Window Nation today. At least speak to somebody. Ask all the questions you want because you don't want to miss this deal. 866-90-NATION. 866-90-NATION. WindowNation.com. But tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Hi, I'm Charlie Comer from Comer & Cross Premium Garage Floor Coatings. If your garage floor looks bad with stains, cracks, and pits, it makes your entire garage look bad. And a bad epoxy job or chipping paint makes your garage or basement look worse. With one quick call to 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, I can save you $1,000 on a new Comer & Cross garage floor or basement floor during our winter sale. A Comer & Cross concrete floor coating is the gold standard. Guaranteed. A Comer & Cross garage floor won't chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. What's the Comer & Cross difference? We make it so easy. We move your stuff out for you. We fix the cracks and pits perfectly. In one day, you will love your gleaming new Comer & Cross garage floor or basement floor just in time for spring. Call us right now for $1,000 in savings during our winter sale. Operators are standing by now at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. Or go to COMERcross.com.
Attention Indiana homeowners, are you dealing with a wet and moldy crawl space? Hi, I'm Adam Swain with Swain Co. Crawl Space and Basement Repair, your real, local, Indiana family-owned experts dedicated to fixing your crawl space right the first time. And with our new no interest, no payment financing, you can get the repairs you need without breaking the bank. Don't let crawl space water problems dampen your spirits. Call Swain Co., Indy's most trusted waterproofing experts at 317-407-1868 or swaincollc.com.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
It's not helping. 20 degrees and mostly sunny downtown. There's nothing of concern on radar, though temperatures drop below 20 tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 3:30. The wind is only making this cold worse, says Matt Eckhoff, even if some of those gusts are coming from warmer places like the south.
So you would normally think of that as a warm wind, but we're so deep into the Arctic air mass. It's Arctic air that's blowing in from all directions because we're right in the middle of it.
Eckhoff says temperatures are supposed to climb back into the 30s and 40s next week and says there's no rain or major snow expected this week, although you might get some tomorrow. There was a fatal shooting at a school in Nashville today. Nashville police officer Don Aaron says officers are at Antioch High School. That's southeast of the city's downtown.
The individual wounded 2 other students, one of them fatally, before shooting and killing himself.
A 28-year-old shooter was also shot by a responding officer. That was actually about a shooting that happened in Nashville a couple years ago. Fire crews in Southern California say they're removing hazardous materials left over from the wildfires.
Hazardous materials include common household items that many of us have in our homes, such as regular household products like paints, cleaning supplies, and automotive oils. Garden products such as herbicides and pesticides, batteries, including both standard and rechargeable types.
EPA Incident Commander Tara Fitzgerald says the materials will be stored at temporary sites and then removed next week. And with the snowstorm hitting the Gulf Coast, Kurt Darling reports that some Hoosiers are moving in to help the city clear its streets of deep snow.
New Orleans hardly ever sees snow like this, so you can expect they don't have a lot of equipment at the ready to clear city streets. Sherco Group from Sheridan, Indiana, reached out early this week offering their help. New Orleans city leaders were overjoyed at the offer and are now paying Sherco nearly $170,000 a day to help plow city streets. Sherco already had plows working in Mississippi when the deal with New Orleans materialized on Tuesday. Kurt Darling, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 3:32.
Okay, we are running a car drive right now to help veterans all across America. So if you have an old car, truck, or van, even a motorcycle or an RV sitting around, you can right now give it away and help the vets. They really need your help. And your car will help support the vets and their families. And guess what? You even get a tax donation. Plus, we'll even come and pick up your car for free. And all you've got to do is pick up your phone right now and make a free call. Now is the perfect time to do something good for the vets. Give back to the vets right now for all they've done for this country. And your old car can really help them. So call the Veterans Car Donation Program right now for free pickup of your vehicle. Help the vets and help your taxes at the same time. Call right now.
800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. That's 800-883-3024.
The traffic at 3:33. What's going on, Matt Bear?
Harrison, looking at the northeast side, crash on the exit from southbound 69 to southbound 465. Ramp is open. It is partially blocked. It has caused a delay for traffic exiting to 465 back to 96th Street and now a little bit beyond. After that, continuing on southbound 465 on the northeast side, that is a stall before Fall Creek, blocking the left lane, causing a slowdown to 71st. Eastbound 70 stop and go traffic before and after West Street into the south split. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Book your custom patio project before March 1st and save up to $2,500. Big enough to service, small enough to care. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Moving into Wednesday, it looks like we'll continue to be cloudy in the evening hours and continue to be cold, but not dangerously so. Low temperatures only at 18 degrees on Thursday mornings with winds out of the southwest. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist from Arsutis for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the Level on the Go and on WIBC.com.
Uncle Sam put your name at the top of his list.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Yeah, my name is Nigel Jason Hammer, right over there with a very special guest on the hotline.
She was the campaign executive director for Veterans for Trump, a Newsmax contributor, ambassador for America First Policy Institute, and just a badass American. The Gunnery Sergeant Jessie Jane Duff joins us. Gunnery Sergeant, Happy New Year.
Oh, goodness. Is it not a happy new year? Like, my goodness, the last 2 days have just been euphoric to see such a dramatic change. It seemed like it took forever, and then it suddenly seemed to happen so fast, if that makes any sense at all.
Oh, you're right. You're right. It felt like forever from Election Day into Inauguration Day, but it's finally here, and optimism, it feels like, is pretty high right now. Not just for the people that have supported or voted for Donald Trump, but even the folks that might be the casual voter or somebody that might be a little lukewarm about Donald Trump. It feels like even they are optimistic about the direction we're going in right now.
Yeah, and how can they not be? I mean, honestly, it's just you'd have to be such a partisan nincompoop to sit here and try to suggest that the Biden administration was actually for good years. We know that over 300,000 children were lost at the border. We know over 400,000 criminal illegals were allowed over that border without being stopped by anybody. They were allowed to make appointments so that they could get their status eventually in a court versus being stopped at the border before they even entered. We know that the two catastrophic situations internationally was the attacks upon Israel in which American hostages were taken, along with Israeli hostages, and a consequence of Gaza conflict that the left tried to call a genocide when they know darn well that Hamas had direct control and impact upon Israel and could have stopped that conflict at any time. Hezbollah was being emboldened by Iran, where Iran was basically on its knees and incapable of striking any U.S. forces until Joe Biden got into office.
Oh.
Killed in Jordan that people seem to have just vastly forgotten, not to forget the 13 at Abbey Gate that launched the presidency essentially, 7 months into his presidency, 8 months into his presidency. That showed what a derelict of duty our commander-in-chief already was. And let's not forget the Ukrainian conflict that just has become a big old ping-pong match between two adversaries that seem to not be able to resolve their situation except through death toll and the American taxpayers footing the bill. It's catastrophic on so many levels. I mean, you look at the inflation rates, you look at eggs, come on. They now have another skyrocketing price because they decided to kill how many chickens out there? Was it 6 million or 60,000? I don't remember the number, to be honest with you. It had a 6 in it. And here we now are looking at food prices that were so extraordinary that people were having to take budget cuts and make sure that they couldn't even go out to dinner anymore. It's just impactful that the previous administration cut off all of our U.S. development of fuel, which made us energy independent, and we were basically on our knees to the entire world saying, please help us.
Gunnery Sergeant Jessie Jane Duff here on the Hammer and Nigel Show. Gunnery Sergeant, what changes do you see? What would you like to see? What are you seeing at the top of the military, in terms of the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, who was Mark Milley, who served under Donald Trump and in Joe Biden? There are a lot of changes being made. We have Pete Hegseth, who is trying to get confirmed as Secretary of Defense. Do you like some of the changes that you're seeing in terms of the military brass that are running the country militarily?
I will say that I can agree with the direction of the policies that President Trump has wanted to put out there. For number one, he is going to get rid of first of all, today was the last day for everybody in DEI. Thank goodness. Yes. It was starting to infiltrate. Now, I want everybody to understand one thing. DEI just did not appear under the Biden administration. It slowly started its drip, 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 even my last few years on active duty, because I remember going through the Defense Equal Opportunity Institute in Cocoa Beach, Florida. They were making headways, and it was starting to reveal its ugly head, and President Trump got wind of it and actually banned DEI from all federal office buildings right before he had left the White House. But of course, Joe Biden had to come back in and put full throttle and put the gas on it. They created all these new jobs. I like to see that is going to leave the military, because it is absolutely obscene that we have seen people get promoted based upon gender and color versus merit. It's the truest of meritocracies to be able to accelerate in the military, and everybody really does have an equal playing field to do just that. We all start off as privates or lieutenants lieutenants in Officer Candidate School, and we all have the opportunity to perform and accelerate to our ability. And if you can't perform, you basically either get off of active duty after 4 years, or maybe the term of your officer term you end. But the fact is, it was a true, sincere meritocracy. And if you had flagrant discrimination. This is coming from a lady who was the absolute of minorities among the United States Marines. I mean, it was less than 6% female when I was on active duty. But at the end of the day, if you felt that there was a discrimination or maltreatment complaint to be made, you did have resources to go through that. I would dare to say the military is not soft. And, you better be able to substantiate a claim like that with actual evidence before you go forward and start doing it, because the military really does expect people to accelerate on their merit. And it demands that of all of our active duty military members, officers enlisted in all branches of service. I also will say that what I'm really excited about is that we're going to take on the real fact of getting our military back up and running so that we're able to attack wars on two fronts. Right now, we're graded as weak. All branches of service outside of, I believe, in fact, I think all were graded as weak by the Heritage Foundation's annual study that they do. And that is based upon the readiness of battalions, aircraft, ships. They look at the capabilities of how many are actually functional and working. And a lot of money and resources was going into a lot of the transgender ability to train. Like if you look at the Space Force, there's a transgender colonel. It's basically a man dressed up as a woman. And I'm sorry to insult anybody. It is gender dysphoria. But there's no place in the military for us to be spending all this time trying to cater to or coddle to people that are going through a transition where they're going to literally change from a man uniform to a female or vice versa. Now you're going to have a discriminative environment where a man now portraying himself as a woman is going to take the female physical fitness test, and they're non-deployable when they go through their surgery. How's that fair to the other service members who have to step up and replace them? That is going to be a dramatic shift and change. We also have to make sure that the industrial war complex doesn't seem to profit off of just sending us to war at the cost of, one, American taxpayers, two, the lives and livelihoods of our American servicemen and women who serve and die overseas, because we've got the people like the Cheneys who want to keep us in these endless wars. Lots of changes coming. We got to be powerful and strong so nobody does mess with us. But at the same time, we can't just be dabbling into every single conflict that creates more chaos within our own borders.
Gunnery Sergeant, explain to us the delay here in the Pete Hegseth situation. It feels like they're trying to give him the Kavanaugh treatment. Every day it seems like there's a new accuser accusing him of this or that, and they're delaying a lot of things right now. He's had one hearing. A lot of the discussion wasn't even about his military experience or his planning. It was about his personal life. Take me through what you're saying.
I'm probably the wrong person to ask, and I'm going to be very blunt. I worked with him.
Okay.
So
that's okay.
I can't say anything no, it's not.
No, it's okay. We love honesty.
I know, but I also work on behest of President Trump, and I'm not a fan. And this isn't coming from the left. I'll just say this. None of those attacks are coming from the left.
Okay.
And many of the people that support President Trump have been silenced because they don't want to come out as being anti-President Trump. And his personal life is important. These are very critical allegations, and they're things that there are witnesses of, and yet they've been alleged to be called. There have been reports that come out calling them Democrats or operatives, and that is not necessarily the case.
Yeah.
So I think that there are many qualified men that could have stepped into that role because of military experience that would be vastly more in depth than serving in the National Guard and stand in a combatant zone. Many people have vast experience within the industrial war complex, because actually you do have to understand how the contractors are impacting, because some of your best weapon systems come out from Raytheon. You've got the Lockheed Martins, you've got the General Dynamics. You have some of the best technology out there. And if you don't understand contracts, procurement, supply chain management, understanding how to deploy troops, understanding how to move units, that is a critical piece of this. And I think it's very important that conservatives out there recognize that you should have scrutiny of all your nominees. You should.
Yes.
We should not be just, rubber stamping people and assuming that every attack is from the left when the criticism may be very valid. And I would just say that. I'm not going to say anything derogatory because he has to rise and fall upon his own merit. But I would just also say to the audience, be cautious about assuming that things are or are not true just because you don't like hearing it.
Right.
We are not in a kingdom. We do not elect kings here, and that is the purpose of the Senate, to scrutinize these very things. I would assure you that some of the things that have been said, had this been a Democrat, the Republicans would have been all over it, and they would have been all over it like white on rice. And I like people to flip the script sometimes. If this was an Obama nominee, any of our nominees for that matter, or if it was a Biden nominee, if there's something there that bothers you, but you're going to whitewash it because now it's conservative, then you're not being honest. And we always have to have integrity in our nominations. We have to ensure that everybody is fairly treated. I assure you of that. And I appreciate that people will be treated fairly. But I'm not going to dismiss everything as a left-wing attack because I actually have more firsthand knowledge on some things than other people. But I do work on behest of President Trump, and I do think that whatever nominee that he wants and has selected, he understands has to rise and fall on their own merit, and if they're able to survive scrutiny, then so be it, then they will receive the nomination. But that doesn't mean we remove scrutiny of any of the nominees. That wouldn't be fair to the American people who are going to be paying their basically their paychecks.
Right.
And we do need the best nominees. So I just suggest to people, keep an open mind, watch the process, don't dismiss things because we just don't want to hear it. We have to honestly ask ourselves, if that were a Democrat or if that were a minority, for example, we always talk about, this DEI, we don't want unqualified people going into positions. But when we do it on our own side, why is it we turn around and pretend it's not happening? We have to be very, very fair. We want to make sure that President Trump receives the picks that he wants, but those picks also have to be able to sustain themselves when they go through the Senate confirmation process. I am a fan of the confirmation process. Despite Democrats wanting to curtail it, there very well may be things that people need to be aware of. And if we turn around and we accept those things as being okay, so be it. And if not, rise and fall on your own merit is what my philosophy is for anybody who's going up through the nomination process.
And I'm all in on that 100%. And you have got the experience. You've worked with some of these people. I appreciate the hell out of your honesty.
Yes.
I just think so many people are coming from a place where they feel like jilted lovers, right? Where we've seen like some of these bizarre allegations that turned out not to be true coming forward.
I'll tell you No, I'll tell you no.
Gunnery Sergeant, you have carte.
I know too much, and I'm just going to leave it at that.
It's okay, but you have carte blanche on this show. We appreciate
but
nothing
I'm making
but
a
honesty.
Public statement, and I'd rather just back away from this. Can we go to something else, please? Thank you.
Okay. Hey, last thing here before we let you go here. I've asked some of my friends in the military this question, and I haven't really gotten a good answer. Maybe you can shed some light on this here. Why does General Milley need a pardon? Why does he need a preemptive pardon? Nobody can give me a really good answer here.
Well, there is an allegation, and I spoke with Colonel Manus. You may be aware of who he is. And he explained to me what the actual allegation was of what he was doing when he was in the Pentagon, making sure that he was the one that was making the deciding factor in some area of national security that he was not supposed to have full throttle control over. And I can't recall exactly specifically what it was, but it is against all rules and regulations. And actually, while he was on active duty, that would have been potentially an offense that could fall under the Uniform Code of Military Justice. I will say one last thing, that I fall under the Greg Kelly school of thought on certain things. And Greg Kelly wrote an article, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to recant what I just said. When you're looking at people who've been blackmailed or a successful extortion, for them to pay off somebody, regardless of whether the allegations are true, you cannot get a security clearance. And I don't think anybody on active duty military out there or in current or veteran can disagree with that. If you're blackmailable, which is exactly one of the most critical things that the senators didn't touch on much during those hearings. That was very, very important. If you got to pay somebody off so that you don't lose your job or lose your wife, then that's called blackmail, and it is actually against the law. There's a code, USC code. I don't have the specific number. That is in violation, and you're no longer eligible to receive a security clearance, because that means that you don't have the fortitude to tell the truth when you need to tell the truth, and that is something very, very important. As far as Milley goes, some of the actions in which he took while he was a four-star general in the Pentagon apparently were against what the rules and regulations are for good order and discipline. I can't recite exactly what it was, and that's where they were potentially going to be able to go after him for not following particularly the particular regulations in which he was supposed to follow. But I can't give you the exact answer on that. I do know that Colonel Mayes explained it to me on the way to the Liberty Ball for the inauguration. And by the way, there was so much traffic, I think I heard 20% of what he said, and the 80% went out my other brain.
You know, you're our favorite guest. I think you are our favorite guest on this program, Gunnery Sergeant. Thank you so much.
I appreciate that. And I just have to be careful what I say, because the problem when you live in the swamp as long as I have, you sometimes know too much. And I never, ever, ever, I want everybody to know, as the executive director of Veterans for Trump, we have the largest coalition ever in the history of any presidential campaign of veterans. Not only that, we had 60,000 more members than the next largest coalition, which was Women for Trump. 190,000 veterans and military families signed up to support this president. We had 6 swing states, and in those states we had 600,000 veterans in each swing state. That alone could pull it out for President Trump. My job was to ensure we activated all of those veterans. In Pennsylvania alone, there's 740,000 veterans, the largest concentration of veterans in the entire nation. And we targeted that arena and showed veterans that if you want a strong commander-in-chief, if you want a strong military again, if you want to ensure that your VA is performing and functioning the way they are supposed to, then you need President Trump back in the White House. You must do this. And we explained all the reasons why. Everything that President Trump had put forward that made the VA have a 98% success rate, which has now dropped back down to 70 and 60%, because the response time and they're refusing to pay veterans to go to outside care that live more than 50 miles away from a VA facility. All of that is coming back. And we also have to have pride back in our military. One thing that a lot of people don't realize with the transgender issue, President Trump, because I hear civilians always say, well, if they want to serve, let them. What you don't understand is if you're going on active duty with a medical diagnosis and you're going to need medical care and treatment, you're not allowed to join the military despite whatever it is. Short of having your wisdom teeth pulled, seriously, you are not allowed to go on active duty if you have a heart problem, if you have gastric bypass surgery, if you have high blood pressure. There's probably thousands. Eczema, for example, you're not going on active duty. So why is it that somebody who wants to transition, which takes a seriously huge amount of time, not only that, needing mental health care, you have to be evaluated, you have to go on hormone treatment, why would they be allowed? And taken off of the front line or their job in order to have the surgeries that they're deciding to take themselves. President Trump actually allowed transgenders in, and people don't know this, but they already had the surgery, not at the taxpayer's dime. And then they were supposed to have been in that gender 5 years and have a doctor's note that they no longer were suffering from gender dysphoria, which is a mental health issue. That was fair. And what did they do? They reversed that. People going on active duty. Now they're crossing over while they're on active duty, becoming a major distraction to the unit readiness. And it's not fair to the rest of the soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines that they got to replace them when they are going through this quote-unquote transition. Let alone, how is it that a woman becomes a man, now is going to take a physical fitness test with the men, and how is it that a man who becomes a woman is now going to take the female physical fitness test? How is that fair for us, our promotion process?
Right. My head is spinning.
Gunnery Sergeant, we got to leave it right there. Again, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you for your honesty.
Incredible.
That's all we're asking for, and you brought it, and God bless you. Thank you for your service, and we'll talk again soon.
All right, motivators, take the hill. We got a flag on top now.
There we go. There we go. All right. If you would like to respond to a lot that you heard right there from the Gunnery Sergeant, Jessie Jane Duff, you can hit us up at Hammer and Nigel. We're way late. Got to take a break. We're coming right back.
No other real estate agent I'd trust to sell my home or to find me a new one. In fact, I don't consider Mark Dietel just any real estate agent. He's a real estate expert right here in Indy. There hasn't been a problem. There hasn't been a situation he couldn't handle. How about Katie and Chris in Perry Township? Their marriage was ending, but they were both ready to sell the house and move forward with their lives as soon as possible. Mark Dietel understood the situation, made it happen fast and easy. Their home sold for more than they anticipated in just 24 hours.
Mark Dietel is the best in the business because of the guarantee. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. That is what separates Mark Dietel from the competition. You pick the move date, no long-term contracts, and you can cancel at any time. Call Mark Dietel today. At least start a conversation. 317-755-4232 or go to markdietel.com. That's Mark, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietel.com.
B is offering one bath remodel for as low as $99 a month, or get 2 bath remodels for as low as $249 a month. Call now to schedule that free in-home design consultation.
All right, Matt Baer, we are way late. I'm sorry to keep you waiting, my friend. Go ahead.
Crash southbound 69 to southbound 465. Crash on the exit ramp and those exit lanes slow past 96. And a stall going southbound 465 after East 71st Street, and that is blocking the left lane. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Transform your bathroom with Dream Baths by B. New tub or shower conversions can be installed in as little as 1 day. And financing as low as $99 a month. Visit bwindow.com for details. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
23 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. And again, the Gunnery sergeant wanted no part of these new conflicting allegations against Pete Hegseth. I couldn't even get into it, man. She was like, nope.
That was an incredible conversation and something that people should listen to. Not sure if I agree with her on everything, but that's what this show is all about, man.
Right. Share your opinions at Hammer and Nigel. You can jump in the YouTube chat as well. Again, we went way long there, so we got to take another break. Tara Hastings, Wish TV, an update on this brutal forecast next.
Do not trust your furnace to just anyone. If you're having problems, if you need a new one, I would only use American Standard Heating and Air equipment. American Standard Heating and Air, they're built to a higher standard and also have some incredible local independent American Standard dealers right here in Central Indy.
How about Kirby Heating and Air in Pittsburgh? Kirby, they've been in the business for well over 3 decades. Lloyd and Jessica Kirby, the founders of this great family-run business. And now their sons, Robert and Adam, they're carrying on the tradition of excellent service and pride in their work. Kirby, serving Hendricks and the surrounding counties. The reason they choose to install American Standard? Simple. Quality. If you're having furnace trouble with these freezing temperatures, contact Kirby today. 317-892-3614. 317-892-3614. Or go to KirbyHeating.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you. American Standard Heating and Air, built to a higher standard.
Where can you kick off the new year with big savings on gig speed? Only with Xfinity, now through January 30th. Get gig internet at home for $25 a month for 1 year when you add an unlimited mobile line, which connects you to gig speed Wi-Fi on the road. Act fast today and save more than $650 over AT&T and Verizon in your first year. Plus, hurry and take advantage because right now you can also get a free 5G phone with trade-in. So save big and stay connected to what you love with fast gig speed internet and mobile. From home to hotspots, this new year, it's all about gig speeds and big savings. Don't wait and get gig speed internet. Spend less green and switch to Xfinity. Go to Xfinity.com/gig savings to learn more. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. $40 internet discount applied to mobile bill. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary. Savings compared to Verizon Fiber Gig Plus 1 Unlimited Welcome Line and AT&T Fiber Gig Plus 1 Unlimited Starter Line. Xfinity internet required. Reduced speeds after 30 gigabits of usage per line. Data thresholds and actual savings vary.
Hey, Pat Sullivan here with an offer you don't want to miss. My friends at Hope Plumbing want to help their customers stay healthy by improving their water quality. Install a combo package, a new tankless reverse osmosis system, a carbon filter, and a water softener, all for $5,000. Let's face it, Indiana's water quality is pretty poor, and this water quality combo for only $5,000 can help ensure your family's drinking water is safe. Give Hope Plumbing a call or visit them online at hopeplumbing.com.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Blood, sweat, tears. At Bill Estes, we know it takes hard work and years of doing the right thing to build a business people can depend on. That's why we don't make empty promises and expect your trust. Estes earns it. From Ford F-150s and Toyota Tacomas to Ram 1500s and Chevy Silverados, we have the trucks you'll love at prices you can believe in. But don't just take our word for it. Your trust means something. Estes earns it. BillEstes.com.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Now through Monday, it's our 98th annual New Year's sale. Save 50% off on all Lazy Boy and Indiana-made Smith Brothers of Bern, plus an extra 15% off when you pay cash or get 3 years interest-free financing. Every sofa, sectional recliner is on sale only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus with free delivery.
Your local news coming up in 2 minutes after Fox News Radio from the Technology Recyclers Studios. It's around 20 degrees downtown with a few clouds over the monument. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 4 o'clock.
In order to seal the border, I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. The White House just confirming President Trump signed an executive order that, quote, suspends physical entry of aliens engaged in an invasion through the U.S. southern border. This as the Pentagon sends more active duty troops to the border, joining service members already there. White House spokeswoman Caroline Leavitt just telling Fox News.
This is welcome news from the American people. He is delivering on the promises he made to them already.
Some of the other immigration-related orders are already being challenged in court. President Trump criticizing President Biden's last-minute preemptive pardons for family members and January 6th investigators, telling Fox's Sean Hannity he had options before leaving office.
I was given the option. They said, sir, would you like to pardon everybody, including yourself? I said, I'm not going to pardon anybody. We didn't do anything wrong. And we had people that suffered. They're incredible patriots. We had people that suffered.
Mentioning former advisors sent to prison for defying congressional subpoenas.
This guy went around giving everybody pardons. And you know, the funny thing, maybe the sad thing, is he didn't give himself a pardon. And if you look at it, it all had to do with him.
That interview airs tonight, 9 Eastern on Fox News Channel. This as Democrats express outrage over President Trump's pardons and other clemency this week for hundreds of Capitol riot defendants. Police in Nashville say a 17-year-old opened fire at a high school cafeteria today.
The individual wounded 2 other students, one of them fatally, before shooting and killing himself.
Police spokesperson Don Aaron says the shooter was already down when school resource officers got to the cafeteria. There's been no word on any possible motive. The Dow finishing up 130 points at the bell. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
When you'll get a break from the cold. 20 degrees with a few clouds over the circle downtown. There's no trouble on your radar. Tonight's low down to about 18. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 4:02. This cold is going to keep up through Thursday and Friday. Matt Eckhoff with the National Weather Service says it should be better by next week.
Next week doesn't look as cold. It's still wintry, but nothing as unusual as what we've seen. So I would say back to normal is the most likely outcome.
Eckhoff says there could be some snow that shows up tomorrow morning. Don't expect much of it to stick around. Sexually explicit photos and videos of female students, that's what a lawsuit says, are being shown and sold at a high school in Fort Wayne. John Herrick reports.
Several victims have come forward and said a few boys at Bishop Luers High School were selling these photos and videos at Bishop Luers and other schools in the area beginning back in 2022. Greg Laker's an attorney who represents the victims. He says there's been a cover-up.
It's shocking to me that the school hasn't even bothered to let some of the students and parents know that their child is involved.
That's why his firm is suing several defendants, including the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Indianapolis, the Roman Catholic Diocese of Fort Wayne South Bend, and Bishop Luers High School, just to name a few. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A man died in a crash Tuesday afternoon on a county road in southern Indiana. It happened in Greene County. The sheriff's office says they're investigating the wreck and believe that the person driving had a medical emergency before the crash. No other vehicles were involved. The man was pronounced dead at the scene. Your new governor, Mike Braun, wants Medicaid providers to stop advertising their products, but a lot of local TV and radio stations need those advertising dollars. Dave Arland with the Indiana Broadcasters Association tells Wish TV the directive punishes small businesses.
We feel singled out, frankly, and we don't think it's appropriate to just cut off television and radio advertising.
He says it's inappropriate for a government entity to direct a business to stop advertising illegal service. service. Arland also believes that First Amendment implications could be at play. And the average price you're paying for a gallon of gasoline in Indiana today, $3.08. This is according to GasBuddy.com. It's 5 cents cheaper than today's national average. Traffic and weather in 60 seconds. It's 4:04.
The holidays are over, and the new year is here, making it the perfect time to think about the future. More specifically, it's the perfect time to think about your financial future. Right now, Howard Bailey Financial is offering a free retirement toolkit, a comprehensive guide designed to help you plan, save, and jumpstart the retirement you deserve. To get your free copy today, text FUTURE to 888-262-1104 and download your free retirement toolkit. Start 2025 off with a gift to yourself, filled with all the tools you need to plan for a positive and purpose-filled future. Just text FUTURE to 888-262-1104 to start planning today. Make this new year your year to invest in yourself and secure a brighter tomorrow, starting today. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
The traffic on the 5s at 4:05. Here's Matt Baer.
If you're trying to peel off from southbound 69 to southbound 465, there's a 25-minute delay right now because of a crash. It starts southbound 69 on the off-ramp to southbound 465. The ramp is open. It's partially blocked, and the delay starts back at 106th Street. Northwest side crash, Georgetown Road at West 56. Eastbound 465, stop-and-go traffic, Keystone Avenue past Allisonville Road. Downtown eastbound 74-minute delay, Harding into Meridian, Illinois, and inbound 65, stop-and-go 21st to Meridian Penn. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Moving into Wednesday, it looks like we'll continue to be cloudy in the evening hours and continue to be cold, but not dangerously so. Low temperatures only at 18 degrees on Thursday mornings with winds out of the southwest. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Jennifer Suiters for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on The Level on the Go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock!
Nigel, Jason Hammer right over there with a very special guest on the hotline.
Black guy.
Well, I hope you're proud of yourself, Tara. Thank you so much for making everybody freeze for the last couple of weeks. Real nice job, Tara. Great.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You are welcome. Just call me Elsa.
What was the, first of all, what was the name of your, like, Hammer and I have our own tequila now. I know Tony Katz has his bourbon. What was the name that you wanted for your wine? Because I don't know if I heard that. I heard you on with Tony the other morning, and I didn't know if I heard that correctly or not.
I suggested hoarfrost, and that is Hoar. It is an actual meteorological term, hoarfrost.
Hoarfrost?
I would buy my wife a case of it.
Yes.
That's great.
Happy Valentine's, dear. Here's a case of hoarfrost.
Tara Hastings hoarfrost.
Yes.
I love it.
That's
I'm a little jealous that
we need not do this.
I'm a little jealous that you didn't show up for our tequila rollout when you were with Tony Katz a couple of weeks ago with his bourbon.
Yes, because he came down here on the south side. He was literally like 2 minutes away from my house, and I was like, you know what? I didn't tell him that I was going to go. I was like, because I didn't know it was the weekend. I'm like, we may be doing family stuff, but I got a quick minute, and I'm like, I'm going to run over there and surprise him. But I'll tell you what, if you guys were at, what was it, Ale Emporium, right? If you went to the Ale Emporium on the south side, I would have made it happen.
Yeah, and they sell the Hammer and Nigel tequila by hiatus down there at that Ale Emporium location. What kind of what kind of wine drinker? Like, my wife likes the old red wine, Chardonnay. Yes. Like, is that you? Are you a good red?
Tara seems like the box wine kind of gal. Like, I could see you.
Nothing wrong with that.
Turning on the office,
nothing wrong with
popping
that.
open a box of wine, and let's go.
Yeah, exactly. I do like a Cabernet Sauvignon, but my favorite is dry red wine. But I will say, unless it's like incredibly super sweet, I mean, I'll really drink anything, any of the wines.
Okay.
Anything. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna be.
You're not a
open
snob.
up to everything. Yep, just whatever works.
Well, I like
I'm not going to turn it down.
Now, that's the good news, finding out that Tara will pretty much drink anything you put in front of her. The bad news is that we still have to go outside in this weather. Any relief anytime soon?
Hey, listen, we are in the 20s right now. I never thought that 20s would be warm up, right? Good Lord, after starting out at 3 below, I think, this morning, it was ridiculous.
Did your kids have, I don't know where they go to school, do they have half days the past couple days?
So my stepdaughter had 2 2-hour delays. She didn't have school, obviously, on Monday, but then Tuesday and Wednesday we had 2-hour delays.
Okay.
And then my kids just go to a daycare, so they went.
But those delays help, don't they? Those are important. I mean, I know it's an inconvenience for a lot of families and a lot of people that have to get to work, but man, was it cold, bitterly cold the past couple days at the bus stops.
Well, yeah, exactly. So the thought process is, I mean, we had 10 to 20 below wind chill values, and you could have frostbite setting in about 30 minutes or so. And sometimes these kids are out there waiting for the bus. Maybe for 15, possibly more minutes, right? And so, and kids, you know how difficult it is sometimes to even get them to wear coats sometimes, right, in the winter. So, I mean, it becomes a safety concern, really, when you're talking about temps that low.
So it feels like, and I hope I'm not jinxing anything here, Tara, the worst may be behind us at this point?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we're going to see temperatures tomorrow morning into the upper teens, right around 20, and then we're talking about upper 20s for highs tomorrow, right around 30. We dip a little bit into the 20s for highs on Friday, but that's only a brief break of temperatures into the 20s because we're talking about highs in the 30s, and I mean mid and upper 30s, near 40 for the weekend. I feel like that's like tropical, like weather when we're talking about what we saw earlier this week. So much, much better heading into the weekend.
And really, outside of like Key West, which is like 70 or something, there's nowhere super warm in America right now, the continental United States, right?
I know. Did you see this? So yesterday, Ryan Morris and we were watching, we had a camera up, Earth Cam up of Bourbon Street, and there were people like having a snowball fight. My husband goes, hey, they're throwing bourbon balls. And so we were joking about that. But yeah, I mean, they saw snow, and I mean, not just like an inch or something. I mean, this was like 10.5 inches in Lafayette, Louisiana. They had a blizzard warning for the first time ever in Louisiana state history. Wow. And then you're talking about like popular spring break destinations. We went to Gulf Shores for the first time last year. And I mean, Gulf Shores had snow. So like sandy white beaches takes on a whole new meaning when you're talking about snow down in the beach and snow in Florida. I mean, unbelievable.
So Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist, is with us. I'm looking at the extended forecast here. Outside chance of some 40-degree temperatures maybe early next week. Is that right?
No, now you just jinxed it.
No, we got them in the forecast. I think mid and upper 30s and then lower 40s possible on Tuesday. And I know a lot of people are, obviously, because it's been so cold, everybody wants to know, hey, is this going to be like this all winter? So meteorologist Ryan Morris wrote this article kind of going through like the extended forecast through the rest of the winter. So if you go to wishtv.com and you click on the weather tab, there's like a little section called Weather Stories, and you click there, and he has an article written about what we can expect. It looks like a little bit more in the way of precipitation, above normal precipitation, but that could mean rain or snow. And there's no clear kind of signal whether or not we have warmer than normal or colder than normal temperatures here in the next couple months. So we just got to kind of wait and see what happens.
Where can we get the latest forecasts, information, and when can we see your beautiful face on television again, Tara?
Hey, you betcha. I'm on Daybreak from on Wish TV from 5 a.m. until 10 a.m. and then once again from on the midday show from 11 to noon. WishTV.com and meteorologist Tara Hastings on the Facebook, and then I'm also on all of the social channels as well as Met Tara, because meteorologist isn't going to fit on the Twitter X.
Right. We got to get you that wine. We got to get you that branded wine with your name on it.
I mean, really, who do I need
it.
to talk to here? I need to talk to some people, right? I mean,
come on.
I think this is great. I love it.
Tara Hastings, you're the best. Thank you.
You bet.
Nigel, did you see this big AI announcement from Trump yesterday?
Huh?
A big $500 billion AI infrastructure project.
Yeah.
The big 3 tech companies. And basically, it's we want to be the ones leading AI, not China. We want these companies to say how they can help the economy, how they can help students learn using AI. We don't want to have to rely on China to do it. So
China.
Trump spends about $500 billion on this infrastructure plan. We'll see how it plays out. Now, tying everything together here, here is AI Joe Hogsett talking a little bit about this cold weather we've been having.
Sweet Jesus, it is cold outside. It's so cold that I told the female staffers in my office to actually put their shirts and pants back on. The good news about sub-zero wind chill is that all of the news outlets are focusing on that and not the sexual harassment that is allegedly being investigated in my office. Look, if Thomas Carl Cook and I are wrong to ask interns and staffers to let us drink tequila from their cleavage, if that's wrong, we don't want to be right. By the way, congrats to Hammer and Nigel on their new tequila by Hiatus.
Thank you.
It's really good. I purchased 3 bottles of it and drank it all yesterday before noon. Look, you can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
Hear, hear.
Well, I have to go. I'm on my way to let everyone know how my office is going to cook the books and change how we report homicide numbers so I don't look as incompetent when it comes to public safety. Changing the way we report is so much easier than actually locking up violent repeat felons and lowering the numbers. You have to remember one thing. Felons love me and their families vote for me. Keep drinking, boys. AI Hogsett. Out.
AI Joe Hogsett there.
Felons love me?
Now, before we go to Matt Bear, I've got another surprise for you, Nige.
Yeah.
I felt bad making all these AI videos of you making out with these awful women, right? Like Rosie O'Donnell, Hillary Clinton.
Whoopi Goldberg. Yeah. Joy
So,
Behar.
Right now, if you go to the Hammer and Nigel Show Facebook or Twitter, I've recast the movie of Revenge of the Nerds, but Nigel is playing every single role of the Lambda fraternity.
The booger one is my favorite.
Takashi is mine. But if you want to see...
Takashi looks the same.
A little AI of what it would look like of Nigel playing every single role from Lambda fraternity in Revenge of the Nerds, Facebook and Twitter right now at Hammer and Nigel. Matt Bear.
I want to make this movie so bad. They're looking at southbound 69 stop-and-go traffic, 106th Street, 2465. That's because of an earlier crash that put us on an 11-minute delay. Inbound 65, 5 minutes back now, 29th Street to Meridian Penn. Eastbound 70 slows Harding to Meridian, Illinois. That's an 8-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Make hiring easier with the workforce experts. Let the people at Express Employment Professionals find you the right fit. Hiring is about people, not algorithms. Visit ExpressPros.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Booger, Poindexter, and Takashi are my favorites, with Nigel's face kind of swapped onto the bodies.
I don't know how you did that. Yeah, Booger is the best.
It's so good. Share that, retweet it, do whatever you want. It's on Twitter at Hammer and Nigel, Facebook.com/Hammer and Nigel. We're going to play Is This Anything coming up next. It's 23 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center at 93 WIBC.
Oh, you don't want to miss out on Hammer Nigel Tequila by Hiatus. You can pick up your unique bottle at any Ale Emporium location near you.
Inventory is going quick. Make sure you stop by an Ale Emporium location near you and get your bottle right now. Hammer and Nigel Tequila by Hiatus. This is the good stuff. This is the top shelf stuff. We wouldn't put our name on anything bad. Buy it right now. Any Ale Emporium location must be 21 or older to make that purchase.
Through a day of work without foot pain or discomfort with things that used to be simple like walking the dog, you may be thinking there's no way that something as simple as the Good Feet store can help you, like Bill.
My feet would just ache, my back would hurt, my ankles, everything just hurt. And I'd seen the commercial several times before I finally said, I'm going to do this. And I'll be darned if it didn't work. I feel a million times better than I ever did.
Another satisfied customer of the Good Feet store is Wendy.
Since wearing my arch supports from the Good Feet store, my back pain is gone and my feet don't hurt as much. And as I look into the future without pain, I see myself being even more adventurous, joyful, and full of possibility.
Come to the Good Feet store today for your free fitting and test walk. We're located in Castleton by the Fashion Mall or in Greenwood just off the 65. Or book your free fitting at goodfeet.com. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Discover your options at the Good Feet store.
There she is, founder and CEO. High five.
Dave can't stop celebrating with every business owner in town.
All right, Baker Man, high five.
He's sharing the excitement of big savings with the Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee.
Ooh, up top, bike shop.
Yeah. It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
Quick, high five.
5 years of advanced security.
5 years.
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Yeah, law partners. Chamberlain, Messethorpe, Dubois.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. Switch today and get the 5-year price lock guarantee.
5 years.
It's back, but only for a limited time.
Woo!
Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
Can't forget you, voiceover guy.
Ah, thanks, Dave.
High five.
Ends 3/9/25. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Growing your family, opening your own business, retiring to travel, leaving your legacy. At Busey Bank, we know there's a lot to look forward to and a lot of planning along the way. Celebrate your life's milestones by putting your money to work with thoughtful advice, trusted resources, and proven results. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
Tune in to the Absolute Retirement Planning Show.
When retirement comes about, we're now relying on what we have saved to meet those needs.
Sundays at 9 a.m. right here on 93 WIBC.
B is offering 1 bath remodel for as low as $99 a month or get 2 bath remodels for as low as $249 a month. Call now to schedule that free in-home design consultation.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll.
Yeah.
Big Nige, is this anything? A small crowd gathered in San Francisco to scream in frustration over President Trump's inauguration. We're still doing this kind of stuff, screaming at the sky. Some believe it may have actually been someone trolling the group of people to look silly. So go back to Trump's first win. People had real scream at the sky parties. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
We're not sure if this one is legit or people are trying to troll. Take a listen here.
Well, yeah, no, this is something, I don't believe it's a troll. I believe people in San Francisco hate Donald Trump, and they love what their city has become, which is just a hellhole.
Needles and poop.
Needles and poop everywhere, and all in the name of wokeism. All in the name of, look, these people can't help themselves, so we're going to help them out, and needle exchange programs, and we're going to make the limit $900 on what you could steal, although I think that's been overturned. Anyway, I don't think this is a troll. I think that's real. I think people are honestly having these screaming sessions because Donald Trump is president. Not as common, not many as they were in
2016,
2017. But I totally believe that this is true.
Which brings us to great moments in screaming history. Ladies and gentlemen, Howard Dean.
We're going to South Carolina and Oklahoma and Arizona and North Dakota and New Mexico. And we're going to California and Texas and New York. And we're going to South Dakota and Oregon and Washington and Michigan. And then we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House. Yeah!
It's so funny how random things like that can just end your political career.
And by today's standards, that's nothing.
It was tame by today's standards. Ah! And then he just turned into a joke after that.
Great moments in screaming history. How would you like to be sitting next to this woman on an airline who was going through a storm? They had a little bit of turbulence. Take a listen. How would you like to be sitting next to that?
Yeah, that's something. I'd be more worried about my son sitting next to that. Like when my wife and I and our two kids got on the Southwest flight, we split up. Like the girls went one way, the guys went the other way. And Connor wanted to sit next to the window. I was in the middle, and then a nice lady sat on the aisle. If she would have started doing that during turbulence, and we had turbulence on our way back from Florida, so bad that the airline attendants had to go sit. They were in the middle of serving Cokes and peanuts and whatever. They had to go sit down for a couple of minutes. Like, I would be yelling. I don't know. Like my son would look over and be kind of freaking out, and I'd be like, I may have to give her the elbow. Shut up.
Right.
Lady, calm down.
And you know, I wouldn't even be quiet about it. Almost treat her like that scene in Airplane. It's going to be okay.
Where everybody's lined up.
Right. Somebody's got a baseball bat.
I will never. I don't advocate for violence or physicality.
Boxer with gloves on.
Yeah, but I mean, if this woman is sitting next to me freaking out, my son is sitting on the other side looking out the window, and we're bouncing all to hell 30,000 feet in the air, which did happen. Nobody was freaking out. It only lasted for a couple of minutes.
Sounded like Connor liked it.
Connor was... Rod Kendall would have been crying his eyes out. Connor was laughing. So, yeah, that's unnecessary.
Can we talk about Rob's cleaning for just a moment here?
His cleaning?
So I was giving him crap earlier when I went on with him.
Yeah.
I guess he was sick last night. Claims he was good today, right? But he came to work anyway. So I sat way across from him on our segment today. But this is the same microphone and workstation that Rob uses. So I made him clean this off thoroughly, like Lysol, do all that kind of stuff. I didn't know he was going to take straight bleach and pour it on the keyboard. Like, the idiot's got a film all over the keyboard here.
You're showing.
I don't know if I can get up to the
don't
YouTube
do
camera.
That.
No, moron.
It's going to ruin the keyboard, but at least you're not going to catch a norovirus.
This keyboard, you know what it looks like? Back when you used to get a pack of baseball cards and that piece of gum that was in the back with all the white powder and sugar on it.
Sure, of
that
course.
film. That's what my keyboard looks right now because of Rob.
So wait, so I must have missed. Rob was up all night throwing up?
Yes.
Okay. Half this building is going to get sick.
Right.
You understand that, right? It's happened before. Is it the norovirus, the norovirus, or whatever?
If you live up north, it's the norovirus.
If you live on the 86th Street.
Yeah.
Hey-o!
But everybody else gets the norovirus.
Forget about COVID. I would have COVID 10 weeks in a row rather than deal with a couple days of that stomach virus. So if that's what this is, Rob, I know you're a tough guy, and I know you're like, I know I'm go to work guy. I'm not going to let a little stomach virus get to me. Stay home.
Right.
Please.
And if you're going to clean up.
And now you're at his station. You're at his area.
Use the right stuff. Like, you can't use like bleach on this kind of stuff. It leaves like a film. And again, it looks like that little piece of gum that's on the back of baseball cards that would usually ruin one of the cards. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Is credit card debt ruining your life? Did you know you have a right to settle that debt for much less than you owe? DebtBlue has helped people just like you resolve millions of dollars of high-interest credit card debt. They can help with payment relief, the burden of rising inflation, and have a large portion of your debt wiped clean. If you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, a free 10-minute phone call could save you thousands. Discover how to reduce or completely resolve your credit card debt. In fact, we are so sure that we can reduce your debt that we offer the DebtBlue Success Guarantee. We don't get paid unless your debt gets reduced or resolved. So there is absolutely no risk to call. For your free debt resolution plan, call 800-908-6355. That's 800-908-6355. The call is free. The consultation is free. The more you owe, the more you can save. Call now. 800-908-6355. That's 800-908-6355.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Join Mark Patrick seminars and stop smoking without cravings, irritability, weight gain, or your money back. Early bird special only $49.99 guaranteed. Also, lose all the weight and let Mark Patrick hypnosis destroy unwanted cravings. Seminars Thursday, January 23rd at the Holiday Inn Express in Noblesville. Weight loss seminar 5:30 p.m. Stop smoking seminar at 8. Or Saturday, January 25th at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss seminar 11 a.m. Stop smoking seminar 2 p.m. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com. Dents happen. There's a whole lot of stuff that can mess up the look of your vehicle. Don't paint your car. Go PDR with Kill a Dent Removal. PDR is paintless dent removal that saves your factory finish and is way less invasive than traditional body shop repairs. And it's faster too, sometimes same day. Google Kill a Dent Removal and check out the reviews and photos. Then schedule your repair. Hail baseballs, kids, fender benders, shopping carts, flying cows, angry X's, and anything else that leaves dents. Don't paint your car. Go PDR with Kill a Dent Removal.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
It's cold, but you didn't need me to figure that out. Cloudy, 20 degrees in downtown Indianapolis with nothing on the radar. Low of 18 tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 4:33. Temperatures are well below average for this time of the year. At points this week, we've already had single digits in the wind chills and even temperatures below zero.
Coldest temperatures can be found across the eastern and northeastern part of the state. I've seen readings as down low as -8 over there, closer to the Ohio border.
Matt Eckhoff with the National National Weather Service says prolonged exposure to this cold could cause frostbite in about half an hour. So if you do go outside, bundle up and don't spend too much time out there. Police in Nashville are at a local high school where there was a shooting. Fox's Jeff Manasso reports.
Police in Nashville say a 17-year-old male student armed with a pistol opened fire around 11 a.m. local time inside a busy cafeteria at Antioch High School.
The individual wounded 2 other students, one of them fatally, before shooting and killing himself. There is no danger at the school.
Nashville Police spokesman Don Aaron says both the victims are female. One remains in stable condition. We're also told that school resource officers were inside the building at the time of the shooting, though not near the cafeteria. Too early for a motive. Students are being reunited with their families as state and federal investigators have descended upon the scene. Jeff Manasso, Fox News.
Nearly 40 female students at Bishop Luers High School have had inappropriate photos or videos of themselves sold by male students in the last couple of years. Greg Laker is an attorney who's suing both the school and several other defendants.
Probably half of them aren't even aware that they were the subject of videos that were being distributed and sold by students at Bishop Luers.
Among the accusations levied by his firm are gross negligence, civil liability, and fraudulent concealment. And Disney on Ice is coming to Gamebridge Fieldhouse this week. And a kid's receiving treatment at Riley Hospital for Children. We're able to meet some of their favorite Disney characters today. IU Health called it a timely celebration with these freezing temperatures. And it's back-to-back good days on the market now. The Dow up by 130 points to 44,156. The NASDAQ in the green by 252 to 20,009. The S&P 500 up by 37 to close today at 6,086. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 4:35.
It's like being trapped in a cage. And I know that sounds dramatic, but your breathing triangle problem has got you trapped. And once you're freed, you're going to be able to live the life that you're missing out on. Now, this can simply mean experiencing the true pleasure of breathing freely. It will mean better sleep and more energy. And the worry of this problem anymore affecting your life is going to be gone. Because in almost every case, when Advent has solved a breathing triangle problem, it's a one and done. Because we're not in the business of delivering Band-Aids. We want to fix your nasal breathing problem for good. We don't want you to be a lifelong patient. We want you to be our next success story.
Isn't it time you break free from that cage? Take the next step. Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment because Advent knows. When you breathe well, you live better.
Breathe well with simple solutions. AdventKnows.com.
Results may vary. Most insurance accepted.
With traffic at 436, what's going on, Matt Bear?
Yeah, Harrison, looking at southbound 69, the crash cleared at 465. I'm told we have a breakdown in the left lane around 96th Street, so watch out for them. Otherwise, slow from 96th Street to 465. Inbound 65, stop and go from 21st to Meridian Penn. Eastbound 70, a 5-minute delay from Harding into the south split. Crashes on the west side, Lyndhurst at Vermont, and Rockville Road at Raceway Road. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Book your custom patio project before March 1st and save up to $2,500. Big enough to service, small enough to care. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And here's your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Moving into Wednesday, it looks like we'll continue to be cloudy in the evening hours and continue to be cold, but not dangerously so. Low temperatures only at 18 degrees on Thursday mornings with winds out of the southwest. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Renner Sutis for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Red, White, and Bowl event presented by Jack Daniels. We're going bowling with Jack Daniels out of Woodland there, Keystone and 96th Street, man. We did this last year, the inaugural Hammer and Nigel Red, White, and Bowl for charity, and it was a complete and utter success. I mean, it was a monster party.
Yes. We raised a lot of money for veterans, which is the goal. But we drank a lot of alcohol that night, Nige.
I mean, when Jack Daniels is your sponsor, what are you supposed to do?
You got to support the sponsor, right? Friday, February 28th. So we're going to be doing the show the full Hammer and Nigel show from Woodland from 3 to 6. And then right after that, from 6 until 9, 3 hours of bowling, a pizza buffet, prize drawings, contests, a lot of debauchery, man.
Got some free beer in there as well. Got a couple free beer tickets. I think just for the simple fact that it's for charity.
Right.
You need to get to WIBC.com right now and sign up. Either, again, you can do a full team, a full lane, or if you want to do individual, just you and your buddy want to play, we'll pair you up with some people.
Right. You can buy individual tickets or a full lane of 6. Now, what we're kind of hearing on social media is that certain groups are getting lanes. So we've got, I believe, a lane that will be Army veterans. We're hearing that.
No kidding.
So if you're any other member of the armed forces, I feel like you got to respond. You guys got to buy a lane. So if you're Navy, if you're Marines, if you're Air Force, National Guard, whatever, get yourself a lane and compete with them.
Again, what I would like to see, and you mentioned this, I don't know, yesterday, the day before, I would like to see a lane full of people dressed like characters from The Big Lebowski.
Okay.
Walter, the dude,
right?
Donnie, the Jesus.
Yes.
I would love to see that.
Polishing the ball right there by the machine. But get your tickets now. This sold out last year. Now, I've heard your complaints. There was a little issue with the website. It's been fixed now. So get your tickets now before this bad boy sells out. Go to the events page of WIBC.com. All the kinks have been worked out now. Events page, WIBC.com. Click on Red, White, and Bowl, presented by Jack Daniels. And again, we're raising money for Veterans for Bowling Link, helping Hoosier veterans. The money stays here in Indiana. Hopefully we'll see you there with a team or just a couple dudes, and we'll just kind of go lane by lane, do some beer drinking, some jack shooting, and some bowling. I like it. I like it. Also, don't forget, our tequila is available at Ale Emporium locations. I texted our buddy Glaze earlier. About 100 bottles remain.
Oh, is that all?
100 bottles remain. We just had a guy send us a photo of one he bought. I just put it out on Twitter, at Hammer and Nigel. Skylar was in Greenwood today. Grabbed me a delicious bottle of this liquid gold with a picture of our tequila on there by Hiatus.
Okay. Great.
So, Ale Emporium locations, Greenwood, Castleton, Fishers. There's about 100 bottles left. Man, you better go quickly. Go quickly because these things might not make it to the weekend, and it is so good. Have you had the tequila, Nige, or do you just keep it in the bottle and put it up for like a display?
I finished the tequila.
My man. My
We
man.
just had the broadcast Thursday. Of course, yes, it's gone. I've got one other saved. I'm gonna make sure a buddy of mine gets it. But yeah, it's gone.
It is so good.
It's gone.
So get yours today. All right, Mr. Attorney General for the great state of Indiana, please, without further delay, kick off this next segment.
Legal stuff.
Crime, punishment, judges, legal stuff.
Legal stuff.
So this is kind of what I wanted to ask the gunnery sergeant about earlier, but she kind of put a, stop to it. But there are new allegations against Trump's selection to lead the Department of Defense, Pete Hegseth.
She didn't put a stop to it. She just said, "Oh, I'm going to get in trouble for this." She's not a fan of his. And
right.
She is one of our favorite guests, and I enjoyed that conversation, even though I don't know that I completely agree with her, and I wanted to keep going. But man, what a conversation! What a different perspective from Trump's nomination for Secretary of Defense, and that's okay. That's what I want honesty on this show.
Sure. So Hegseth, former sister-in-law, is claiming that he caused his second wife to fear for her safety. Said she had to once hide in a closet. She was scared of her husband. Talked about his drinking, womanizing. Now, CNN reached out to Samantha Hegseth, who was his second wife. And in a statement, she says, there was no physical abuse in my marriage. She basically puts a squash to everything that the sister-in-law had to say.
Every article you read about this situation, this is a brand new allegation. They make it sound like, the affidavits were signed by the in-law of Pete Hegseth, and she is testifying to all this awful stuff that he has done. And then about 9 or 10 paragraphs in to whatever story you're reading in local legacy mainstream media, there's this caveat. Oh, by the way, Samantha Hegseth, the ex-wife, whom we're all talking about, who were saying all these things, she denies all of it, and there was no physical abuse in the marriage. Now, again, the conversation we had with the Gunnery Sergeant, Jessie Jane Duff, who is campaign executive director for Veterans Affairs for Trump, who is a veteran, seems to have a different opinion.
Correct.
And you could go back and listen. I encourage everybody to go back and listen to that. But I find it suspect, and you tried to bring this up. I just find it suspect that they're trying to delay the confirmation of Pete Hegseth for Secretary of Defense by having all these affidavits now. Oh,
new allegations.
This in-law, Pete Hegseth's in-law, signed an affidavit saying that her sister was threatened, when meanwhile her sister has said, no, that's not the case.
And the Gunnery Sergeant said, this is not a Kavanaugh situation, but how are we supposed to tell that it's not? Because the Kavanaugh situation existed. It happened. People seemingly were making allegations against Brett Kavanaugh, and they had no dates, no claims. People were coming out of the woodwork. Avenatti brought somebody out at one point. So I don't think it makes you a horrible person for saying this is the playbook that we've seen before.
No, and I don't think the Gunnery Sergeant implied that you were a horrible person, that I had questions about it. But she was saying, I'm privy, I know things that aren't out in the public, and that's all I'll say about that. And she was kind of worried that she was saying too much, and I appreciated the honesty.
Right.
I want that for the Hammer and Nigel show. I want different perspectives on this show. And that was one I didn't see coming, actually.
More legal stuff here. The new chair of the FCC, Brendan Carr, has reversed one of those 11th hour decisions by a previous FCC chair. We saw a lot of this when the Biden staff was heading out of the White House. Last-minute pardons, last-minute decisions, a lot of stuff going on. So the previous FCC chair, which was basically some lunatic liberal activist that was just given a gig by the Biden administration, he said, no, all of these claims by the Trump campaign that they didn't get equal time during the campaign, it's all malarkey. Because the Trump campaign said, look, it's supposed to be the law. It's equal opportunity when it comes to an election cycle.
Take a shot. You said malarkey.
Malarkey. But that's not what the previous guy said. The new guy comes in and says, my ass, we got a ball game here. So now all of these complaints by the Trump campaign against ABC, NBC, and CBS regarding unfair media coverage are back on the table, and the FCC is going to see if fines need to be passed out to those networks.
That's a direct quote from the new FCC chair in the New York Times. Quote, my ass.
It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Boy, the last thing you want is some unqualified scam artist working on your furnace, especially when it's down and out. That's why you need to call American Standard Heating and Air. They're built to a higher standard. I only use American Standard Heating and Air equipment and only use American Standard Heating and Air officially licensed dealers.
B&W, HVAC, plumbing, and electrical. Join B&W's Premier Club today. Stay ahead of breakdowns and costly repairs. Premier Club members receive routine maintenance, priority scheduling when the weather gets crazy, and yes, exclusive discounts. Call B&W and ask about the Premier Club today. 317-214-0108. That's 317-214-0108, or visit bplusw.com. American Standard Heating and Air, built to a higher standard. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Christmas has come and gone. You got some great gifts, and now you're realizing you've got new firearms, and you may not need all those old firearms. Now is the time to talk to Premier Arms in Brownsburg. Check out the buy room and find out how much you can get for your used firearms. They're the best at giving top dollar for your used firearms. Talk to Premier Arms today. 3754 South Green Street in Brownsburg. 317-858-3030 and online at premierarms.com.
Hi, I'm Scott Wilson, third generation owner of Wilson Farm Market, just 15 minutes north of 465 on 31. If you are looking for your source of homegrown, locally made, know where your food's coming from, we are your spot. We have hand-dipped ice cream, 130 different kinds of cheese. We fry chicken, just a little bit of everything, a foodie's heaven. Wilson Farm Market, where good taste runs in the family. Just 15 minutes north of 465, right on US 31.
The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 765-545-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 765-545-BATH.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
If you recently lost health coverage due to a life change, healthcare.gov is here for you. Like it was there for Marcus when he lost his job, and Keisha when she turned 26 and lost her parents' insurance, and Elena when she went off Medicaid. There are many other ways to qualify. Visit healthcare.gov today to see if you're eligible to enroll. Limited time to enroll. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
B is offering one bath remodel for as low as $99 a month, or get two bath remodels for as low as $249 a month. Call now to schedule that free in-home design consultation.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Book your custom patio project before March 1st and save up to $2,500. Indy Decorative Concrete, the patio experts. Big enough to service, small enough to care.
Never miss your favorite shows on WIBC. Get your content to go. Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, Hammer and Nigel, Tony Kennett, The Gun Guy, Home and Garden. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm just floored at how much Nigel looks like Booger in this Revenge of the Nerds AI montage that we put together. If you missed it earlier, go to our Facebook or Twitter, and I did a little AI and put Nigel's face onto every single key member of the Lambda fraternity. And man, the Booger one, I think that's your dad. Like
it's me right now. I'll share it on my personal page, but I that looks exactly like me 20 minutes ago.
Matt Bear, what's going on?
All right, fellas, looking at eastbound 465, that's stop-and-go traffic, Keystone Avenue to Allisonville Road. Inbound 65, slow 29th at 2 Meridian Bend. That's a 5-minute delay right now. Eastbound 70, slow from west into the south split. Crashes on the west side. One Rockville Road at Raceway Road. Another one Lyndhurst Drive at Vermont. Traffic sponsored by B. Window. Transform your bathroom with Dream Baths by B. New tub or shower conversions can be installed in as little as 1 day. And financing as low as $99 a month. Visit bwindow.com for details. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Oh, man, get the Speedo out. We're up to 23 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Let's crank up some booze news.
You set him up and I'll knock him back, Lloyd. One by one.
We are gonna read booze news, cause it's really fun.
Once it hits your lips, it's so good.
Hammer and Nigel present
Booze news, booze news. Time for booze news. Hammer, a new study shows that 49% of Americans plan on drinking less alcohol this year, 2025.
I'm in the 51%.
That's up 44% from just 2 years ago. There's been a lot of studies talking about how alcohol is a major cancer causer. I mean, we see articles like that every day.
Right.
From alcohol to caffeine to coffee.
Right.
Whatever. I mean, everything's going to give you cancer. But Dry January starts it off. There is a huge market for non-alcoholic beers, hard sodas, whatever you want to call it. It's not a hard soda if it's not alcoholic, but I cut way back. I think you have. Well, you haven't really. You have this.
No,
you have the slushy machine.
I call it keeping it real. That's what I call it. Proud to be the 51% in this country.
You do the wine slushies? Is that
so the coupon lady in our slushy machine, she can make wine slushies.
I think
so
my wife would love
put the bottle in there and
bottle.
Yeah, pour the bottle in there and it makes it in the little device because you got to fill it up so far to where it works.
Do you have to put ice in it as well?
No, it gets cold by itself. I'm telling you, man, it's a game changer.
Where did you get these things?
Ninja. The 2 Ninja slushy machines. You can go online and buy them. They're worth the money. Like these things have become like part of the family in our house. But all these people saying that they're not going to drink, or maybe they're being pressured to drink or not drink as much, like Homer was in that Simpsons episode, remember?
I want you to give up beer for a month.
You got it. No deer for a month.
Did you say beer or deer?
Deer.
See?
That's a conversation my wife and I had.
That would be me, too.
Deer? Yeah, deer.
Top stories next.
Well, the experts at Low T Center have over a decade of experience helping guys with low T, helping their patients. And this is really important. Their personal treatment plans are optimized for each unique patient. These aren't just your basic standard treatments. At Low T Center, they make it easy to get your levels checked, and it's just a simple test. With their on-site lab, you get results back right there.
The experts at the Low T Center, they specialize in so many different areas of men's health. Testosterone issues, sleep apnea. They can screen you for some cancers. And yes, at the Low T Center, you can get your health evaluated for treatment with prescription GLP-1 weight loss medications. And if you're a current patient of the Low T Center, if you refer somebody and they drop your name, you get a $150 referral credit for every person that comes in. LowTCenter.com. Book that appointment now. LowTCenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Wealth-changing question. Has your advisor created a portfolio based only on your age and risk tolerance? That's simply not good enough. Your money deserves better, and so do you. At Creative Planning, our private wealth managers learn about you first, and then they create a customized plan and portfolio by partnering with our in-house money managers, accountants, and attorneys. Don't settle for a standard portfolio. Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. If you want that New Year's resolution to work, you have to get a great night's sleep. And now through Monday, it's our New Year's mattress sale. Every Tempur-Pedic, every Nectar, and every Stearns & Foster mattress, we guarantee you the lowest price, up to 4 years interest-free financing, and free delivery. The mattress sale ends Monday only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
I fall in love with you more every single morning.
Babe, you're my favorite. My heart belongs to you.
At Shane Company, our fine jewelry says it all without saying a word. This Valentine's Day, give a gift they'll love. We have pieces you can personalize or classic gifts that are ready to go. Shop our collection of meaningful gifts, like necklaces engraved with flowers and a message of love. Or give timeless diamond studs or a stylish 14-karat gold chain. We have so many romantic gifts, no matter your budget. Just call us Cupid. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Blood, sweat, tears. At Bill Estes, we know it takes hard work and years of doing the right thing to build a business people can depend on. That's why we don't make empty promises and expect your trust. Estes earns it. From Ford F-150s and Toyota Tacomas to Ram 1500s and Chevy Silverados, we have the trucks you'll love at prices you can believe in. But don't just take our word for it. Your trust means something. Estes earns it. BillEstes.com.
2025, new year, maybe a new home? If you're ready to get started building your dream home, take a look at what Joyner Homes can do for you. Joyner Homes will be at the Indianapolis Home Show from January 17th through the 26th in booth number 459. This is a great opportunity for you to learn more about their streamlined custom home building process and meet the team members who will work directly with you throughout the entire home building journey. Your dream home made simple with Joyner Homes. JoynerHomes.com.
Coming up in 2 minutes, the wind never does any good when it's this cold outside. John Herrick reports on the truck stop serial killer's conviction announced today. That's coming up after Fox News Radio from the Technology Recycler Studios. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 5 o'clock.
President Trump makes another move on immigration. Lisa Brady, Fox News. He's ordering federal agencies to immediately remove migrants who cross the southern border illegally. Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House.
An executive order restricts asylum claims and directs the Departments of Homeland Security, Justice, and State to take all necessary action to immediately repel, repatriate, and remove illegal immigrants President Trump says are involved in an invasion. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says the president will use every lever of executive power to secure the border.
This is the number one promise that he made to the American people on the campaign trail. And with this action today and the many actions that he took on day one in the Oval Office, he is delivering on that promise.
Democratic Congressman Jerry Nadler calls it a return to harsh and inhumane immigration policies. The Lake and Riley Act is heading to President Trump's desk, winning final approval with bipartisan support, though some Democrats argue it could lead to violations of due process rights. It requires detention of illegal immigrants arrested for other offenses, including theft. A deadly school shooting under investigation in Tennessee.
Police in Nashville say a 17-year-old male student armed with a pistol opened fire around 11 a.m. local time inside a busy cafeteria at Antioch High School.
The individual wounded 2 other students, one of them fatally, before shooting and killing himself. There is no danger at the school.
Nashville police spokesman Don Aaron were also told that school resource officers were inside the building at the time of the shooting, though not near the cafeteria. Too early for a motive.
Fox's Jeff Manasso. Police say the student killed was a 16-year-old girl confronted by the shooter. New evacuations from a new wildfire in the mountains north of L.A., only 40 miles from the deadly Eaton and Palisades fires. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
It's only making things colder. 20 degrees, cloudy over the circle. Nothing to worry about when you check the radar. Your low tonight down to about 19 degrees. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 5:02. This wind is only making the cold worse, says Matt Eckhoff with the National Weather Service, even with gusts moving in from the south.
So you would normally think of that as a warm wind, but we're so deep into the Arctic air mass. It's Arctic air that's blowing in from all directions because we're right in the middle of it.
Eckhoff says temperatures are supposed to be back in the 30s, maybe even the 40s next week. You could get some snow tomorrow, but it's not really going to be much. The man known as the truck stop serial killer was convicted in a Marion County courtroom today for the 2007 murder of a woman from Indianapolis. Here's John Herrick.
During the trial, Marion County Deputy Prosecutor Curtis Naismith told the jury that Bruce Mendenhall had evaded capture for far too long.
This case has taken some time to get to trial. There's been different
nuances along the way.
He says they had plenty of forensic evidence to prove that Mendenhall killed Karma Purpura of Indianapolis at a truck stop in 2007. Purpura was 31 years old when she died and was the mother of 2 children. Mendenhall will be sentenced February 13th. John Herrick, 93, WIBC Mobile News.
A lawsuit accuses male students at Bishop Luers High School in Fort Wayne of creating and selling pornographic videos and photos of their female classmates without their consent. Attorney Greg Lader believes the incidents go back as far as 2022.
We don't know exactly when it began. All we know is that it had been going on for months, and it came to light to our clients in September of 23.
In court documents he filed Tuesday, Laker said several of the people, including the principal, athletic director, and others inside the school, knew what was going on and didn't do anything about it. And Hoosiers are coming to the rescue to cities in the South struggling to keep their roads clear for all the snow they're getting. Kurt Darling reports.
A massive snowstorm has been hitting the Gulf Coast, a place that doesn't typically get snow like this. Thus, snowplows are scarce. Well, Sherco Group, which is based in Sheridan, Indiana, is moving in to help. The city says Sherco reached out saying that they already had plows working in Mississippi and will redirect them to help clear city streets in New Orleans. The city's Homeland Security Director expressing their gratitude by paying Sherco roughly $168,000 a day for their help. Kirk Darling, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
They're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 5:04.
These cold winter nights mean more than just frosty windows. They can also spell trouble for your roof. Freezing temperatures, ice, and snow can lead to leaks that cause costly water damage if left unchecked. Moss Roofing is here to help. Tony Katz here, and Moss Roofing are the only ones to trust. A family business based right here in central Indiana. Whether it's a free inspection, patching a pesky leak, or a full roof replacement, their expert team has your winter roofing needs covered. Plus, they offer numerous financing options to make it easy on your wallet. Don't wait for that drip to turn into a disaster. Call Moss Roofing today for a roof done right every single time. Talk to Moss Roofing today. 317-747-3665. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-747-3665. Moss Roofing, 747-3665, or find them online at Moss Roofing, MOSS, mossroofing.com.
The traffic on the 5s at 5:05. Here's Matt Baer.
All right, Harrison, we are looking at eastbound 465 on the northeast side. That slows from Keystone Avenue to I-69. On the east side, southbound 465, stop-and-go traffic from 72 Washington Street. Inbound 65 slows from 21st to Meridian Penn. Eastbound 70, stop-and-go traffic before and after West Street. South side, eastbound 465, stop-and-go from I-65 over to Emerson Avenue, Beach Grove. Traffic sponsored by True Green. True Green, get a golf course quality lawn for less than you think. Sign up at TrueGreen.com. That's TrueGreen.com. True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And here's your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Moving into Wednesday, it looks like we'll continue to be cloudy in the evening hours and continue to be cold, but not dangerously so. Low temperatures only at 18 degrees on Thursday mornings with winds out of the southwest. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Narsutis for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the Level on the Go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
It's a Hammer. Tomorrow a high of 26, Friday a high of 21, and then, boy, Saturday and Sunday in Indy, it's going to be like we're in southern Italy, the Amalfi Coast. Highs in the mid-30s Saturday and Sunday.
Who was the guy that works on the 7th floor that took all of our bonus money during COVID and went to the Amalfi Coast? Who was that? Was that Pat Walsh? Was that who it was? Guys, look, the company's not doing real well right now, so I'm going to ask you guys to take voluntary pay cuts, narrator, which I didn't do, and we're going to take all your bonus money. Everybody's got to strap in. So like, all right, fine. And we go on social media.
He's on the
Amalfi Coast, flying around with my damn bonus money.
Park City or someplace like
going to the Olympics, playing grab ass with his Michigan buddies. So I love it when you bring up the Amalfi Coast because I know what you're doing. But now that we don't really work for Emmis, I think we can talk about it out loud now, right?
I do see him still sometimes in the elevator, which could get awkward. He was always a nice guy to me.
Super nice dude to me. You're right.
But
You're right.
still has a lot of my bonus money.
Right. What am I going to get that check, Pat? The company's really struggling. I'll see you on the Amalfi Coast, suckers. Golden parachute son of a... Anyway, you're telling me it's going to be warm this weekend?
Yeah, in the 30s.
All right. All right,
there
man.
There you go. There's the update.
We're going streaking. It's going to be in the 30s. Southern part of the United States, a part that normally doesn't get blizzards or snow, they're getting it right now.
Wait, you're telling me Destin, Florida doesn't get blizzards? Really?
I feel sad seeing snow on the beach there. Like, those are the places we go to escape this crap. And I know the Panhandle's a little different than, like Southern Florida, but...
I know. I don't even know if there's snow in the Panhandle or not.
Oh, there is. Did you see those pictures from Destin and Panama City Beach yesterday?
No, I saw the people like snowboarding in the streets of New Orleans.
Right.
So there was stuff in the Panhandle?
Snow on the beach. And that makes me sad. Like, I already get the seasonal depression stuff.
Sure.
And now, like, the places that I want to think about have snow on the ground. And that sucks.
God, seasonal depression sucks. Like, even in the summer, I get, like, the Sunday blues. Oh, Sunday, the blues. Like, I should never, ever, ever, ever get the Sunday blues. And I still do. Imagine having that over and over and over and over again in Indiana, living in the Midwest in February.
Right. And I get it. Everybody's going to say, you live here. It's been worse. I get it.
You get a great job.
Right.
I do. I admit all those things, but I'm just living my own reality, ladies and gentlemen.
And by the way, New Orleans, yes, they got some snow. But let's not kid ourselves. It's not like it's feet of snow. Not like what we got, like a couple weeks ago. They canceled the NBA game tonight. The Milwaukee Bucks at the New Orleans Pelicans canceled, postponed because of the snow on the ground in New Orleans.
That would not happen if the game were held in Milwaukee.
No. Like, Milwaukee has to be looking at these guys going, are you serious? Really?
I don't know but does New Orleans have the resources that a snow, some place like Indianapolis or Milwaukee would have? I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They don't have the resources to remove all that snow, which is an anomaly.
Some areas of the country just don't handle weather events as well as others. I went out to Vegas once, and Crystal and I just check in. We're in the hotel room. We turn the TV on, and like the EAS system, the alert system's going off. Like, oh my God, what's going on? Now, Vegas does not get a lot of rain. It's a freaking desert, right? So they had like a little light patch of green on the radar, light green.
Okay.
And the alert system was going off. People were panicking. They were fearful of floods.
Okay.
Like here in Indy, when a tornado is outside, we go on the porch and look at it. But in Vegas, when there's light green on the radar, it's
true.
DEFCON 1.
So true.
Speaking of the cold, we have entered the Ice Age, baby. Let's go. Tom Holman and Ice, they are rolling.
I see what you did there.
Immigration, customs, enforcement, they are doing raids in various parts of the country today. Now, yesterday, 308 violent, illegal immigrants were taken into custody.
That's all?
Just 308 yesterday. Here is Tom Holman talking about who they're looking for on Fox.
As we said repeatedly, and the President Trump's been clear, we're concentrating on the worst first, the public safety threats and national security threats. And just yesterday, in the last 24 hours, ICE arrested over 308 serious criminals. Some of them were murderers, some of them were rapists, some of them raped a child, some were sexual assault of a child. So ICE is doing their job, and they're prioritizing just as the President said they would. So the ICE is performing excellent right now out in the field, and they're going to continue every day.
And this is why it's important to listen to this program, because we've told you from the beginning, all these people saying, well, these gardeners are scared. The fry cooks that are here in this country doing the jobs you don't want to do, they're scared. That's not who ICE is going after. Tom Homan has been doing this for like 30 plus years. They know who the violent people are. You heard him. People who have raped children, people who are violent threats to society. They've got the information. They know who you are. They're like the mafia. They're coming for those people, not anybody else.
Here's my question at Hammer and Nigel on X, if you can answer it. If there are people in this country illegally that have done the things, the heinous things you just mentioned, shouldn't they already be in jail? Did they do those things in the United States, or did they perpetrate those crimes in their homelands and then try to escape here?
That's a good question.
There's a mixture of both.
Probably a mixture.
But I would say, like if a violent crime was perpetrated here by an illegal alien, they need to stay here, do their time, and then be immediately either put down with a lead pill or deported to their home country.
Correct. But Tom Homan's got a list. He's like kind of like Santa Claus. He's got a list. He's checking it twice. He's going to find out who's deported by ICE. 700,000 violent offenders are on his list.
Got it.
They got 308 yesterday. This isn't going to be an overnight fix. It just goes to show how bad Joe Biden's, quote, border policy was, right? 700,000 threats roaming the country that Joe Biden just let walk across. Oh, I'm sure they're going to go to their court appearance. They're really paying attention to that app they were told to look at.
Well, it's shut down now anyway.
Right. So let's stop with the, angle that, well, the people doing landscaping, they're scared. Well, as long as they didn't rape children, as long as they haven't assaulted people or have violent crimes, they're going to be fine. They're adding to society. That's not who ICE is coming after. But you've got places like this Denver school, for example. Take a listen to this. This is a TV report from I think it's the NBC affiliate in Denver. There's a school. Like, keep in mind, Colorado, they love to let everybody in, right? They were sanctuary, especially Denver.
Baby.
Venezuelan gangs, come on in. Take this apartment complex. Listen to what this school thinks about what ICE is trying to do.
School districts around the state are preparing for what they'll do if immigration officers show up at their schools.
I've met with all leaders.
Denver Public Schools Superintendent Alex Marrero is telling principals if a government official shows up at one of their schools, don't let them in.
Don't let them in if a government official shows up. Now, listen, if some dude shows up and says, hey, I'm with the government, make him show ID, make him show a warrant, but that story goes on to say they get on intercoms and they talk and they're doing everything in their power to make it sound like ICE is going to just come through the halls, find some Spanish kid's dad, and deport him back to wherever he came from. That is not what's going on unless Spanish kid's dad, or wherever he's from, is a violent offender. That's who they're going after. Homan has said that from the beginning. So anybody that says otherwise is just trying to put fear and stroke a narrative. If you need a reason to drink tonight, Nige,
okay.
Journey frontman, and he'll always be the Journey frontman, Steve Perry, 76 years old. 76. Wow. Rock and Roll Hall of Famer. Had a bad breakup with Journey, and they ended up hiring some karaoke guy that sounds like him to go out on the road with. He's pretty good, but he's not Steve Perry. Steve Perry. No. Think about all the Journey classic hits from Don't Stop Believin', Wheel in the Sky, Open Arms, When the Lights Go Down in the City. Could go on and on. Separate Ways. Just a hit machine, Journey. So before we go to Matt Baer in the WIBC Traffic Center, Matt, real quick, if you can hear me, is there anything major and serious on the road that we can't have fun with?
Just potholes, that's all. We're good.
Okay, so instead of playing the traffic music, in honor of Steve Perry's 76th birthday, Allison, hit the music.
Oh, here we go.
We're going to do a little Don't Stop Believin' traffic with Matt Baer here on the Hammer and Nigel Show.
This will get you to Greenfield. Southbound 465 slow from Washington Street down to South Shadeland Avenue. Inbound 65 stop and go 21st to Meridian Penn. Northbound 65 slow up to 21st Street. Eastbound 70 stop and go before and after West Street, and eastbound 465 slows from Keystone Avenue over to Allisonville Road. Traffic sponsored by Audible, and if you're stuck in traffic, why not tap into your well-being with Audible audiobooks, podcast, and originals? Hear expert insight on health, relationships, finance, and more. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates. It goes on and on and on at WIBC Traffic.
When you asked Matt Bear if there was any problems out on the road, it sounded to me like he said, just buttholes.
Yeah, it was just there's some buttholes on the. I meant to say potholes, but my subliminal side got in there.
Was I the only one that caught that?
It was a trigger. Sorry,
Okay.
I apologize.
Sorry.
Potholes, buttholes, either way.
It's all the same thing right now. I mean, come on.
As long as there's not anybody dead out there, that's fine.
All right.
23 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Allison, turn it up. Here we go. Everybody, come on. On and on and on and on. Pages waiting. If you're in your car, sing along with us. Shadows. Are you okay with this? Coming up next.
Had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
I was told less than 100 bottles remain. Less than 100 bottles. So get to an Ale Emporium location near you. Greenwood, Fishers, or Castleton. Tell them at the bar you want a bottle of Hammer and Nigel Tequila by Hiatus. Smooth, flavorful. This is the good stuff. Must be 21 to purchase. Any Ale Emporium location, Hammer and Nigel Tequila by Hiatus.
Attention Indiana residents in need of care at home. If you have Medicaid and need assistance with daily activities, you can receive in-home care from a loved one that lives with you and they get paid. Through Medicaid with no cost to you, Freedom Care, a leading in-home provider, gives you the power to choose who provides your care and they get paid instantly. Imagine your daughter, son, a close relative, or trusted friend helping you with cooking, transportation, laundry, and other activities in your own home. You get the help you need and your caregiver gets paid instantly. Freedom Care has over 5,000 five-star Google reviews and is a leading choice in Indiana for in-home care. If you have Medicaid and want great care from a loved one that's free to you through Medicaid, go to freedomcare.com or call 463-232-7324. 463-232-7324. That's 463-232-7324.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Indiana Foundation Service comes in, a groundworks company. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation. Schedule your free inspection at indianafoundation.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Join Mark Patrick Seminars and lose the weight guaranteed. Early bird special only $49.99. Hypnosis to
destroy unwanted cravings, late-day eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. Also, stop smoking with Mark Patrick without cravings, irritability, weight gain, or your money back. Seminars January 23rd at the Holiday Inn Express in Noblesville. Weight loss seminar 5:30, stop smoking seminar at 8. And January 25th at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss seminar 11 a.m., stop smoking seminar 2 p.m. Register at markpatrickseminars.com.
Best are us when dreams don't get in. Best are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 765-545-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 765-545-BATH.
Best are us when dreams don't get in. Best are us.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
B is offering one bath remodel for as low as $99 a month or get 2 bath remodels for as low as $249 a month. Call now to schedule that free in-home design consultation.
Are you really okay with this?
Are you okay? Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel show.
Netflix raising prices again, Hammer. We'll get to that in just a second. But first, athletes who won medals in Paris last year, the Olympics, are saying those medals are already rusting and tarnishing. Are you okay with this?
We're talking about the Paris Olympics last year, right?
Yeah, not like 50 years ago.
So July 26th through August 11th,
yes,
2024, an athlete who won a medal at these Paris Olympics, the medals are already rusting and tarnishing. No, I'm not okay with this, but it's so on brand for France. Even the medals are surrendering. Even their medals are waving the white flag. They can't last the test of time. Like, if you would have told me this was from like the 84 Olympics in LA or something, all right. Or like you said, maybe 50 plus years ago, this was last August, and they're fading and they're rusting and they're turning to crap. It's so on brand. So imagine you're one of these athletes, and to make the Olympics, it's so much sacrifice. Like, we see the dream team basketball guys, they're, not what normal Olympic athletes are. They travel first class. They've got all the money. They fly. Think about somebody that does cross country or swims. You've got to basically fund yourself, find sponsors for yourself. You're getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning every day.
True.
You've dedicated your life 4 to 8 years to make it to the Olympics. You've paid your way. You're in Paris. You win. You come back, and 6 months later, your medal looks like something that you would find in the cup holder of a Buick, where it's got like rust on it and, condensation from a fountain drink. That sucks.
Netflix raising prices again. All 3 tiers, Hammer, will be going up in price. The standard ad-free tier will increase to almost $18 a month, while the cheaper ad-supported tier will increase to $8 a month, and the premium tier will be hiked to $25 a month. It's going to go into effect the next billing cycle. Are you okay with this?
I'm never okay with a price, increase, but it's supply and demand, though. This is the market, because Netflix just had a big announcement. They had one of their best quarters ever. Now, the reason that they're having this is because they've jumped into the live sports business. That Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight, even though their service was crap.
Glitchy.
Tons of eyeballs, tons of money, tons of advertising. They had a live NFL game on Christmas.
Yeah.
And now they've got WWE Monday Raw, which, say what you want, but the wrestling folks, man, they show out in droves to watch Monday Night Raw. So they're having one of their best runs of all time. It's not because they've got great shows or new series. It's because of live sports.
Well, not only that, I watched that stupid airport movie with Jason Bateman.
Like, everybody said that was supposed to be good. I never saw it. But.
It was awful. It was
Really?
so implausible. Jason Bateman is a likable character, even though he was the bad guy in that. But at one point, he's on the plane, and he just kind of got up and broke into the baggage area 30,000 feet in the air. And I'm like...
Just walk by like he's going to the can?
Yeah, that's how he got in there. He went back to the galley and lifted up like a little hatch, and all of a sudden it was so stupid. And I was like, no, I'm not paying for this.
You watch, I think, a little bit more Netflix than I do. Do they have any good series like right now?
Yes, it's called Seinfeld.
I think new was the key word there, like new or original.
I've been watching, wife and I have been watching Landman on Paramount.
Well, I have too. Like Paramount Plus, I love Landman. I finished the season.
Made by the same guy that did Yellowstone, by the way.
But Netflix, Cobra Kai is what I watched on Netflix.
Okay, now.
Other than that, I don't think I've sat down and watched Netflix in a while. Allison, you seem like somebody that would be up to date on series or original movies on Netflix. Anything good?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I saw Ted Danson has a new little limited series. It's a comedy.
I heard about that. Yeah.
It's not really up your guys' alley, but it's a cute comedy. And then they have a lot of stand-up specials. That's kind of their bread and butter, I think.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, I need to watch
Bargatze's special. I watched that on the plane when I was traveling from Key
Dave
West.
Chappelle just had a new special as well.
Yeah, the comedians, you're right. That's something there. But I'll be there on Mondays with Raw. Not going to lie. No more Monday Night Football, so I'll get my fix watching a little wrestling on Netflix. All right, coming up next, Tony Kennett, the Tonus from the Daily Signal. He will join us. He'll give us the recap of inauguration in D.C. He was there, and we'll get his thoughts on Elon Musk and Nazi-gate and all that crap. That's coming up right after we check the news with Harrison Silcox.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A serial killer convicted. 20 degrees and cloudy in downtown Indianapolis. You do have a clear radar. Tonight's low down to 19. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 5:29. He's been called the truck stop serial killer. John Herrick reports on his conviction Wednesday in a Marion County courtroom.
Bruce Mendenhall has been linked to several murders across the U.S. In 2007, police say he killed Karma Papura of Indianapolis. During his trial this week, Marion County Deputy Prosecutor Curtis Naismith told the jury the evidence against Mendenhall was overwhelming.
Admissions, blood evidence, DNA, bones found. It all ties together.
Members of Papura's family were in the courtroom to hear him be found guilty. Mendenhall gets sentenced February 13th. Karma Papura was 31 years old when she died, and she's the mother of 2 children. John Herrick, 93, WIBC Mobile News.
President Donald Trump is ordering federal agencies to immediately remove migrants illegally crossing the southern border. Here's Fox's Jared Halpern.
An executive order restricts asylum claims and directs the Departments of Homeland Security, Justice, and State to take all necessary action to immediately repel, repatriate, and remove illegal immigrants President Trump says are involved in an invasion. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says the president will use every lever of executive power to secure the border.
This is the #1 promise that he made to the American people on the campaign trail. And with this action today and the many actions that he took on day 1 in the Oval Office, he is delivering on that promise.
Another order lifted restrictions on federal agents arresting migrants at sensitive locations like churches, schools, and hospitals. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Temperatures are well below average for this time of the year. We've had them in the single digits this week with sub-zero wind chills. Here's Matt Eckhoff with the National Weather Service.
The coldest temperatures can be found across the eastern and northeastern part of the state. I've seen readings as down low as -8 over there, closer to the Ohio border.
Eckhoff says prolonged exposure to the cold could cause frostbite in half an hour, so you better bundle up and you might as well just stay inside. The traffic at 531. Here's Matt Baer.
Inbound 65 stop and go traffic 21st to Meridian Bend. That's a 5-minute delay. Eastbound 70 slows from Harding to Meridian, Illinois. Crash on the west side. This is Rockville Road at Raceway Road. And eastbound 465 stop and go traffic on the northeast side. Keystone Avenue to Allisonville Road. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Book your custom patio project before March 1st and save up to $2,500. Big enough to service, small enough to care. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Moving into Wednesday, it looks like we'll continue to be cloudy in the evening hours and continue to be cold, but not dangerously so. Low temperatures only at 18 degrees on Thursday mornings with winds out of the southwest. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Narsutis for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the Level on the Go and on WIBC.com.
The Hammer and Nigel Show. Hello, my name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a very special guest on the hotline.
He is an investigative reporter for the Daily Signal and the host of the Tony Kinnett Cast. Monday through Friday, 7 p.m., usually here on 93 WIBC. Now, I say usually because, well, tonight we've got IU basketball. And last night, I think Tony Kinnett was just too hungover to show up for work because, man, Tony, I saw your pictures of you hanging out at the inauguration because you were in D.C., going to all these parties, playing grab ass with all these movers and shakers. Listen, if there's one thing Nigel and I know how to do, it's get really drunk and show up to work the next day. Come on, Tony.
Hey, now, look. When you're celebrating such a momentous occasion with so many amazing people, and then on top of your, let's call them weathered effects of a great evening, you happen to get screwed over by our amazing Pete Buttigieg travel system in this country. I think that we can allow. Nah, you guys know how it is.
Yeah.
We got it.
Airline issues, but I like the narrative that you were too drunk to show up to work for a 7 o'clock show. Like, that's how you know, like, you've really tied one on the night before.
You can tell I'm a great politician because I didn't deny the allegations.
No
it just shifted a little bit to the side. Yeah, a little swing, a little to the left there.
How was it? Because we talked to you on Inauguration Day. You were there covering it for WIBC and Daily Signal. But how was the rest of the evening? Take me through the vibes and what people were talking about.
Oh, it was incredible. I mean, it was just so what you had simultaneously was Elon Musk's whole thing we're going to get into here in a minute, freaking out the left, the executive orders, the number of people on social media who were just freaking out, crying and screaming and bleeding about the executive orders Trump was signing. I actually got to slip into the Capital One Arena and watch Trump throw Sharpies into the crowd, which was incredible. Dude, I mean, just insane. I expected that one girl from the Jake Paul fight to come out and start chucking Sharpies into the crowd as well. It was incredible.
Sydney Thomas, not that I would know her name.
Yeah, well, of course not. No, not you, Jason. And then we got to go to the Commander-in-Chief, the Starlight Bolivar at Union Station, which was excellent. I'm afraid that you guys have succeeded in renaming me in the public Indiana Vance, so thank you very much for that.
There are some similarities there to you and J.D. Vance.
You brought it up here. Let's get into it. I told Nigel this the other day. I thought for the most part, the political left, since the election, they did some soul searching. They were like, you know what? We got our ass handed to us. We had a bad candidate, an old guy with dementia. We replaced him with somebody even less likable. We're going to, circle the wagons and be back. For the most part, I thought that's how it was until the inauguration. And for the last couple of days, it's been the wild, wild west. They have gone back to all of the name calling. Everybody's a Nazi. Everybody's a Christian nationalist. You've got AOC freaking out, and we'll play that audio here in just a moment. Elon Musk, they're calling him a Nazi now. All of the stuff that I didn't see from November up until a couple of days ago. Boy, the inauguration broke the political left.
And it's fantastic. And the reason that it is truly fantastic is because to this minute, Trump is still enjoying very high, unusually high approval ratings, higher than he enjoyed when he was the president of the United States, higher than the beginning of his term last time in 2017. Now we are witnessing a slew of executive orders. People are pleased with the results so far. And so the left has nothing. And so instead of saying, maybe we should work with Trump, maybe we should actually kind of try to see what we can do, immediately it is back to the old trade, because I really think that they just don't know what else to do with themselves. I mean, they really don't have any other skills with which to draw from, and boy, does it show.
What do you think, in terms of the executive orders, what has liberal heads spinning the most? Is it the immigration/deportation plans?
No, I'd say most it's the Trump correct interpretation of the 14th Amendment in removing birthright citizenship when your parents are not subject to the jurisdiction of the United States. So just in short, as you guys know, the 14th Amendment says that if you're born in the United States, you're a citizen if your parents are, quote, subject to the jurisdiction thereof, which means your parents are following the laws of the United States. So like two people from Switzerland who are citizens, they can't have an American kid if they're not here when they're supposed to be. Trump recognized that. The libs are losing their mind.
All right. Speaking of losing their minds, I want to play you some audio here. It's a little longer of a clip than we normally like to play in this segment, but I think it's just wild to listen to. AOC, the socialist sweetheart herself, went on social media last night and just broke. She broke last night.
You're going to do a Sig Heil? You're going to do a Hail Hitler? Or their rebrand a Roman salute from behind the presidential seal of the United States of America?
You're talking about Elon Musk? Is that who it is?
Yes.
It's on. It's on. As long as we don't give up, it's not over. It's not over. It is not over. Libs of TikTok started crying because I said over the weekend that Donald Trump is a rapist, and they went on Twitter and they went, oh, boo-hoo-hoo, and I said, basically, F you, cry more. I don't give a shit. Like, you want to support a rapist?
Wow, so
that's
brave.
on you. That's on you. I don't give a damn.
One.
I don't give a damn.
Two.
I don't give a damn.
Three. Tony, I got the impression she doesn't give a damn.
Yeah, usually when I don't care about something, I simply repeat how much I don't care over and over until everyone believes me. That worked in junior high, I'm sure.
But your thoughts when you hear that? I mean, there's so much there from the Nazi thing, and it's so wild because even smart people that I know, like people that I've gone to school with, they disagree with me politically, and I think some of them are pretty smart people. They're buying into this crap that Elon Musk is a Nazi. It's the Charlottesville thing all over again, and Donald Trump is a rapist. I mean, here come all the ists coming out of the political left.
What's wild is even the Anti-Defamation League pointed out quite clearly, no, guys, Elon Musk is not a Nazi. Elon Musk is autistic, slightly on the spectrum, and he gets really excited. He starts to jump up and down, and he makes a lot of weird motions. I mean, and then be like, well, that's just a lot of coke. No, really, I would be hard-pressed to believe that the guy who just visited Auschwitz with Jewish conservative Ben Shapiro to pay respects to the ones slaughtered by Adolf Hitler is actually secretly a Nazi. It's not even like a good dig, which is why it's getting mocked relentlessly. But, I mean, that's all they have. I mean, good luck to them, I guess. This is I got to tell you, this is particularly embarrassing to see people trying to give this credence. It shows how bored some must really be.
And by the way, did you see like Trump and Vance and the amount of eye rolling that was going on during the what was that with the bishop?
The church service.
The church service and this politically correct speech.
That wrinkly little boy that stepped up to the pulpit, or that old lady or whatever that looks like every grumpy suburban liberal wine mom, the Episcopalian bishop. Well,
yeah, she turned it into a political speech. Like that was totally inappropriate.
how can I really upset a lot of listeners here really quick? As a Baptist to the Episcopalian Church, this is why we read Scripture and have doctrine, so that we don't have goofy goober lesbian activists get up behind the pulpit and say stupid things. So for those of you out there that are wondering how Christianity works, let me give you a great example of how it shouldn't. That goofball minister who called immigrants a bunch of dishwashers, office cleaners, and crop pickers, which to me sounds really racist. But, hey, that's how liberals view immigration.
Can you come back for one more segment, Tony? Because I am told you had a little meet and greet, a little run-in with a certain liberal flamethrower, and I think we're going to need to get some information on that.
Sure, sounds good.
All right, Tony Kennett with us, the Tony Kennett Cast. Won't be on tonight because we've got IU basketball. So get your fix right now. He's coming right back. This is the Hammer and Nigel Show.
It's so cold. Cold, icy. Just like that 401k plan from a previous employer that's been just sitting there. Call Trajan Wealth to get that money working for you again. Throw a little fire on it. Matt Bear here. Hi. Did you know leaving an old 401k just sitting there can create higher investment costs? Call Trajan Wealth today to discuss how to optimize those funds and get that money working for you again. The first consultation is free. Schedule at TrajanWealth.com or call 317-480-4040. Trajan Wealth's core philosophies include low expenses, manager tenure, and tax efficiency. And there's so much more that sets them apart from their competitors. Trajan Wealth is an independent firm, meaning they can fully customize your portfolio to your goals and priorities. Call Trajan Wealth today to schedule a complimentary introduction meeting, 317-480-4040, or visit TrajanWealth.com. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
These cold winter nights mean more than just frosty windows. They can also spell trouble for your roof. Freezing temperatures, ice, and snow can lead to leaks that cause costly water damage if left unchecked. Moss Roofing is here to help. Tony Katz here, and Moss Roofing are the only ones to trust. A family business based right here in central Indiana. Whether it's a free inspection, patching a pesky leak, or a full roof replacement, their expert team has your winter roofing needs covered. Plus, they offer numerous financing options to make it easy on your wallet. Don't wait for that drip to turn into a disaster. Call Moss Roofing today for a roof done right every single time. Talk to Moss Roofing today. 317-747-3665. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-747-3665. Moss Roofing, 747-3665, or find them online at Moss Roofing, MOSS, mossroofing.com. The new year means new deals at Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield. This is where you get your next Ford car, truck, SUV, EV, or fleet vehicle. Elevate your journey right now with the new 2024 Ford Expedition Platinums. Save over $15,000 off MSRP. Equipped with a high-output 3.5-liter EcoBoost, it delivers up to 400 horsepower for commanding performance. And with the premium leather-trimmed interior and wood accents, you're sure to enjoy your time on the road. Need something a little smaller but still enough room? Check out the new 2024 Ford Edge SE. Save over $6,500 off MSRP. You gotta check out everything going on at Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield. Get more to your door. Simply purchase your vehicle online and they'll deliver it directly to you. Visit the showroom, 2713 East Main Street in Plainfield, or online at andymoreford.com. That's Andy Moore, M-O-H-R.
I love Andy.
andymoreford.com.
Better water is getting even better at C&J Water. Get a free Premier Reverse Osmosis System when you purchase any water softener and save $990. C&J is the water treatment partner of the Indiana Pacers and Fever and believes everyone deserves better water, well water, or city water. When you invest in any new water softener from C&J, you'll get their Premier Reverse Osmosis System. That's a $990 value absolutely free. C&J Water, for great systems and great people too. 317-733-SOFT.
Don't miss out on Hammer and Nigel Tequila by Hiatus. Pick up your unique bottle at any Ale Emporium location near you.
Must be 21 or older to purchase. Slow down. Enjoy your hiatus.
Get 2 of these favorite items for just $7 at Wendy's. Choose from their spicy or classic chicken sandwich, Dave's single, or 10-piece nugs. Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Terms apply.
B is offering 1 bath remodel for as low as $99 a month or get 2 bath remodels for as low as $249 a month. Call now to schedule that free in-home design consultation.
It's the Degenerates Next Door, a sports betting podcast for dudes.
Real dudes, not the fake Kardashian-looking like dudes you see on television doing this. The Degenerates Next Door. Download and subscribe today anywhere you get your podcast. Matt Bear has a look at the roads.
Southbound 65 slow from 29th to Meridian Penn. And looking at the north side, eastbound 465, still stop and go traffic from Keystone Avenue over to Allisonville Road. It's a crash on the west side, Rockville Road at Raceway Road. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Transform your bathroom with Dream Baths by B. New tub or shower conversions can be installed in as little as 1 day, and financing as low as $99 a month. Visit bwindow.com for details. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
22 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center at 93 WIBC. Back on the Hammer and Nigel show, I'm Jason Hammer. Big Nige right across from me. We're talking with Tony Kennett, host of the Tony Kennett Cast. He was in D.C. for the inauguration. And little birdie tells me, Tony, you and Taylor Lorenz were having a little session to grab ass. Is that true?
What?
That is very true. So Taylor Lorenz showed up to this Power 30 Awards. I was nominated for a Young Broadcasters Award. It was very kind that I was able to be invited. And she showed up in 2 masks, a K95, N95 mask, and then above that, a sequin mask, because, of course.
Now, real quick, let me jump in. Just reset who Taylor Lorenz is, just in case somebody's hearing us for the first time here.
Taylor Lorenz, former Washington Post journalist who got fired after doxing individuals. She has since gone on to defend the cold-blooded murder of people in New York City, as well as claiming that people who don't wear masks are, and I quote, raw dogging the air. She is a nutcase. And she saw me from across a crowded room and came right up to me and said some almost intelligent things, which I was... So you guys on the air have said repeatedly and acknowledged that I run a satire account on X called the Ministry of Truth.
Yes, correct.
Over 400,000 followers. Fox News wrote an article about it about a year ago. We have apps like Meltwater that basically can record what you guys are saying. So anytime someone searches my name, when you guys mention me on Hammer and Nigel, it comes up. Very known stuff. She comes up to me and says, you know, I know that you're the Ministry of Truth. And I laughed because, yeah, that's public knowledge. I said, what, did you, like, read that in the Fox News article all by yourself? And she kind of coughed and then walked away. So I'm so sorry, Taylor Lorenz.
She was upset she couldn't dox you because that's kind of her thing, right? She was ready to dox you, but the thing is, it's not a secret that you run that parody site.
If she shows up to my door, my wife is going to knock her out so quick, she's not even going to have time to thaw before she hits the cement.
I'm surprised she lasted at the Washington Post as long as she did. She's a whack job now. Is she on the...
Do you hear what you're saying? Imagine being too much of a lunatic for the WAPO.
Yeah, exactly. And she was the one that doxed the libs of TikTok person, right? We've had her on our show.
Yeah.
Yep. Chaya's a good friend, and she was Taylor Lorenz was there trying to harass others. It was very strange watching her grabble and garble around the whole evening like Smeagol running after Frodo with the ring.
Yeah,
it was just a weird experience.
What was she doing there?
Who invited her?
I mean, honestly, I'm going to tell you guys, I think that people invite her because... You know, it's like inviting the crazy girl to a party. You know there's going to be a show, you know?
Yeah, and I guarantee you somebody usually goes home with the crazy chick, too. Now, I don't know what happens with Taylor Lorenz, but I bet if she were 350 pounds and smelled like beef and cheese, nobody would invite her.
I mean, you know, then she'd qualify to be a senator from Wisconsin, so.
Or the governor of Illinois.
Yeah, that fat pig.
Oh.
Please do me a favor. Moving forward, Tony, when referring to the governor of Illinois, please refer to him as Fat Pig. That's the movement that we've started here at the Hammer and Nigel show.
You got it. I will exclusively put that in all of my columns henceforth.
Man.
All right, man. Hey, I know you don't have a show tonight, but what are you working on at the Daily Signal?
We have a big expose coming up on how the New Mexico Health Department may have illegally influenced the elections. So we're going to be talking about that soon.
All right, check out his work at the Daily Signal and most weeknights, 7 p.m. right here at 93 WIBC. Tony Kennett, the Tonus on Twitter. TK, you're the best. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Big Nige, we have got IU basketball, Hoosiers at Northwestern.
Come on.
Pre-game begins at 6. You're going to hear some John Herrick, and then Fish has the play-by-play at 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 3:06.
Attention Indiana Medicaid members. If you need assistance with daily living, you can receive a free service from Freedom Care in your own home from a loved one who lives with you. With Freedom Care, you decide who provides your daily care with help preparing meals, bathing, laundry, transportation, and more. A family member or friend that gets paid instantly. It's all through Medicaid and 100% free to you. Call now to check your eligibility. New to Medicaid, the Freedom Care family will guide you through enrollment, making it stress-free for patients and caregivers. With over 5,000 five-star Google reviews, we've perfected at-home care for Medicaid